And we're live. Welcome to the Redeye Stream number 286. This one's for Cabby. This is Cabby's memorial stream. If anybody knew Cabby, wants to come on and talk about him, you are welcome to do so. Link is in the Discord. I can also share the link out in the general chat. There's only one person not welcome here, and they know who they are. Anyway, we're all still pretty much in shock. Some people, like Cass here, just now found out.
Yeah.
But Cabby was all of our friend. He was an asshole. He was a cheeky son of a bitch. But you know what he also was? Trustworthy, caring, honest. Honest to a fault. He would call me up if he thought I was doing wrong. And, yell at me for like 2 hours. And I would just sit there and I'd be like, yeah, okay. Thank you for the advice, Cabby. Yeah, thank you for the advice, Cabby. Most of the time I'd take it. Sometimes I wouldn't. Some of the times when I didn't, I would be upset that I didn't. I should have took his advice. He was a wise man. That's my opening piece. Jensen is fresh out of the hospital and is on some meds. Hopefully he'll stick around for a while, but he wanted to go second. And I'm going to let him. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. All I really want to say about Cabby is this. When Mad disappeared because he was unable to be around due to being ill and then snowed in and all that sort of shit, Cabby was on every single stream I did to help me out. That man went out of his way to be helpful and decent. When he was playing his Cabby character in the groups, yes, he was an asshole of top quality. One-on-one, the man was a fucking diamond. I will not hear a bad word about him. That guy was a lovely bloke. As far as I'm concerned, a good person is gone. This world has just got just that little bit shittier. Someone else's go.
And yeah, go ahead. Whoever wants to go next and talk about, when did you meet Cabby? What were your first thoughts? Because I'm sure they were great. Anything, guys. And then we're gonna get a little bit more cheerful, and this one is for Cabby. We aren't just gonna be sad the whole time, but I think here in the opening we should talk about him.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think one thing that people remember more than anything is my fights with Cabby. All right. But what people, I think, never understood was that Cabby and I were good friends as far as I'm concerned. And the fights that we would have were a lot of it was just, two guys discussing things in a dramatic fashion, not in a hated fashion. I never hated Cabby. Cabby never hated me. We would hang out on streams. We would hang out after streams. I mean, I was on one stream after hours with Cabby for like 6 hours. All right. And this is my time. I mean, it was like 4 a.m. my time. And I'm like, good God, Cabbage, how long have you been up? You've been on the streams, and you've been in other streams before you had this one. He said, you're going to like close to 24 hours being out here on these streams. And he was like, well, yeah, it's no big deal. I said, you're insane, dude. But he was a great guy to talk to, and we would discuss things, random things from all over the place, and he would pick my brain. Now, there were times we would get in arguments with, especially if he was drinking. I remember 1 3-hour argument I had with him over time zones, literally. Over time zones. Right? We were talking about how time zones work in the United States, and to this day it makes us both. It was making us both laugh. After you're looking at it, I mean, he was a curmudgeon in some ways. He was honest to a fault. He had his own opinions that he was very strong about, which you had to respect. But he had no maliciousness. He wasn't malicious toward anybody. He and even when people hear my arguing with him, right? He wasn't. I never thought of him as doing things to be malicious, all right, or harmful or anything. And the guy was just an overall great guy. Yes, he could argue. Yes, he liked to get the bit in his mouth. And he would take it to the nth degree, and sometimes you'd be like, Cabby, where are you going with this? And his favorite line of, I haven't been talking all day.
That's what I was gonna say. And it's like, dude, you were talking 30 seconds ago. Like, I remember being muted and just sitting here yelling at my microphone, shut the fuck up, Cabby. I mean,
well, I think what it is it's a matter of perspective. Cabbage is used to be engaging right away. And this is, if you always notice when that would happen, it would be because Cabbage would start off a stream, he'd be there for a while. And he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't have anything to say for the first, 30, 40 minutes of the stream, really. Aside from hi. And then there would be the subject. There you'd put the subject out there like bait. And as soon as he snapped at it, he was never going to let it go, regardless of what it was. And 30 minutes later, an hour and a half later, he'd be like, I haven't talked all day. And you're like, you've been yelling at everybody for the past hour, Cabbage. God, he was funny like that. But the other thing is when something was serious, when somebody needed help, he was always there, and he would get serious. He was in many ways like I am, right? Where you can yell at one another, you get into an argument, it sounds heated to everybody else, and people think, oh my God, if these two were ever in the same room with one another, all right, they'd be throwing, but we wouldn't be throwing blows, we'd be drinking. I mean, I hate to say this, we'd both be drinking a beer at the same time, yelling at one another. That's all it was. It was all for the sake of the strictly within contained of the discussion that we were having, or the subject matter that we were having. And it was all drama queen stuff, to be honest.
Well, yeah, no, and the next person, you can go here in a second, but I just want to interject something here. And the one thing that really makes me sad is me and Cabby were talking about, I was going to save up some money and take my wife on a real honeymoon, because we went to a hotel or whatever, but we didn't get to have a real honeymoon. I wanted to go to England, and I wanted to see Cabby. And he's like, yeah, mate, come over, dude. I don't give a shit. We'll hang out at the pub, man. We'll get Tigerson and Jensen to fucking join us, maybe Bollocks. Like, dude, I was looking forward to that. It kind of makes me upset.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I missed my opportunity of meeting Cabby a few months ago because he was up here. He went to a protest thing or something, and I could have gone and met the bastard.
Yeah, and there's no way you knew he was going to get ill. So, I mean, don't let that wear on you. It's just, like, for me, it's always been something I wanted to do, is go to England, even before I met the lot of you. But it meant something a little bit more that I had a friend over there, which I still do. I still have Jensen and Bollocks and, fucking Voice of One over there in Northern Ireland, and Hyper. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It was Cabby. I've known him for almost 4 years. I mean, I
only knew Cabby for less than a year, I think it was, or what year. And in that time, I did have my little disagreements with him, but it was a fucking sound bloke. Bit of a cunt at times, but can't we all?
Yeah.
But no, it was just brilliant because obviously he was so passionate about stuff.
He was also very cognizant of when we were live and when we weren't. Right now, people don't realize this, but Cabby would not let a stream sit there with dead air.
Nope, he'd keep it going.
All right. he was very cognizant of that, and he was always, if people stopped talking, he would immediately jump in with something just to make sure, all right, that the person's stream, and regardless of whose stream it was, he didn't care. Okay, I mean, he just wanted to make sure that if you were doing a stream, that you were given the best stream out there for the audience.
Well, no, and he told me some of his background in like online, pretty much radio, you know, before they had satellite radio, and it sounds like he was really good in that profession, and I could tell by having him, you know, I don't know, on the council and as a guest for 4 years, fucking almost every day. Yeah, dude was good at radio. But Cass, you tried to say something a couple times. Your thoughts on Cabby, man? It's your turn.
Sure. I don't think I had too many interactions with the guy, but I remember it started when I was just trolling on a Discord server because they were in a particular bind over some stupid rule system. So they were trying to get people to verify with actual ID cards and shit and driver's license because they were scared of something. I don't know what it was. But I remember that's the first time I met him, and me and him were just trolling the shit out of these people with a lot of jokes about all kinds of things, and it was pretty hilarious. So, in my personal experience with him, I think he's a decent guy. He's straight up opinionated. He obviously doesn't give a fuck about what other people think of him. He just goes in, says what he thinks, and then he's usually done. And I respect that. I respect it a lot more than certain other people I come across who try to hide everything in terms of a superficial veneer, but that's besides the point. So I think he's a decent dude. It's unfortunate that something like that happened to him, and I assume that in this situation, is just nothing was in the cards for him. He got absolutely fucked, and the kindest way I can say that, I guess.
Yeah, no, and you're right. Something like this comes out of nowhere. I mean, if the dude knew he had lung cancer, would he have still been smoking cigarettes? I fucking doubt it.
Yes.
Yes, he would have.
Yes, he bloody would.
Oh, you know damn well he would have. He would have tempted fate because he's an ass like that.
It's not that. He was going to live life on his terms. Okay? And you have to understand that he was always going to live life. He had no problem living life on his terms, regardless of what you thought of his terms, whether you liked his viewpoint of things or whether you disliked his viewpoint of things. He was. It's not. I don't want to say that he was hard-headed because I don't mean it in that regard. All right, but he accepted who he was. He knew what he wanted to do. Right now, if he had decided at some point that I need to make a change, all right, he would make that change. But if he didn't see a real reason to make a change, now granted, cancer would be a reason, lung cancer would be a reason to make a change. But then again, if he goes, you know what, the heck with it, it's too late now. I mean, why worry about it now? I'm not going to do any worse. I mean, that's good. That would have been his viewpoint.
What I will say, it is unfortunate because I do think Cabbage actually does add something to the show, even if it is kind of just bouncing back and forth of just people screaming at each other over some really hilarious shit. He added something, and it sucks that it's gone because I'm not sure if it will ever be truly replicated in the way that he did.
Well, he just added more screaming. That's all he did.
Yeah, but he was really good at screaming. He was really good at getting people to talk about stuff.
No. Here's the thing about
back and forth.
Here's the thing about Cabbage, and I had said it when I first found out, and I did mute myself. I have to take a few moments. And 40, I think, actually, I think he left because of the news. How we found out, we were live on air when we found out. But the thing is, I was on a stream with Black Nationalists, right? Reality's Temple on Earth is the fellow's name. He had a link out there, and I'm just sitting there in the chat, and I'm like, all right, I'll bite. So I go on there, and I'm arguing back and forth with the entire panel. Cabby doesn't even ask, because I asked, hey, is that link for everybody? Can I jump on? They said, yeah, sure. Cabby didn't even ask. He saw me, his friend, getting kind of backed into a corner. he jumped on and had my fucking back, and we tore these people apart, Cabby and I together. You know, like that was who he was. Did he add something? He added something that nobody will ever replicate, and he added something to my life, I believe. Just having him as my confidant, somebody that will tell me blatantly to my face, dude, you're being a fucking idiot. This is why. That's invaluable. It really is.
Yeah, it's and it's unfortunate that that's gone. And see, that's another thing is that he clearly has convictions of what he does, and at the end of the day, he's still willing to back up his friend, and that's something to respect, and not to trance on or stomp on. I think people need to remember that despite all the ranting, ravings, and screaming at it, because there was a lot of that. He's got some honesty and convictions, and that's a very important thing that's very lacking around here sometimes.
Well, you got to remember though, some of that was so he was arguing about non-inconsequential points a lot of times and taking it to the nth degree. All right.
Of course.
Granted, I do the same thing. All right, which is what created a lot of the people hearing the yelling back and forth. But
yeah, of course. But at the same time, it sort of added something, which is a little bit of chaos, which is always needed. Anyway, I kind of have to go. The old boyfriend's calling.
All right, thanks, Cass.
No problem.
Yeah, Cass, and have a good night, man. Thank you for coming on, and yep, he's gone, but thank you for coming on and saying your piece. Nationalist Yorkshireman, Yorkie. So, what's your thoughts on Cabby, man? How did you meet him?
I can't remember the first time I met him, but I can't remember when exactly, but it was on one of your one of your streams. Can't remember if it was just an open mic night or if you just decided to invite me or whatever, but yeah, I know I got to see a bit of a shit show between him and MC, which was quite fun. I'd say I think the best moment I can remember with him was it has to be that Christmas one, when Queen of the South was on.
Oh yeah, no, and that was that's going to be a Redeye classic because we even had AP jump on and go Joe Pesci. So
yeah, I think I've got that on me bookmarks somewhere actually, just because it's that good. I sometimes go back just to watch the shit show.
Yeah, no, and Cabby was something else, man. I think my favorite, once again, I said it on Saturday, but my favorite stream with Cabby was the one where Cabby and MC and I all it was me and Cabby versus MC about Waco and Ruby Ridge. And Cabby went ballistic. It was either that one or the one with the shooting in Arizona with the hokey pokey. MC, you know what I'm talking about, right? I know you're muted, but I'm guessing you can hear me.
Yeah. No, I remember both of those. That's where he started. He was repeatedly calling me a statist.
A statist or a sadist? Because I think you're both.
Thanks, Sherardy, but I think it was statist. It was not sadist.
Well, yeah, no, and let's take a look at the chat. Batman, link is in general. If you can't use it there, here you go. I had told everybody I would place it in the chat. There's only one person who is not welcome, and if they show up, they'll get kicked. That's it. I'm not even gonna say their fucking name. They could burn in hell.
I wonder who that can be.
Yeah. Boy.
No names, guys. No names, all right?
Yeah, we're not naming that knob gobbler.
Let's see here. The first time I met what was his name again? Oh yeah.
It's Gary.
The bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got into a fight.
I used to like say, telling out major stories just to trigger Cabbage. I think he knew though. I mean, he wasn't stupid, was he?
Right? Yeah, Batman. I mean, no, and Sherardi, go ahead and finish your thought, and then let's let Batman go ahead and say what he wants to say about Cabby. We're all just sitting here remembering our friend, and that's what tonight's going to be. So go ahead, Sherardi.
Oh no, the reason I called him the bastard is because I know when people said Cabbage Patch bastard, and he would correct them and say, no, it's Cabbage Patch bastard.
Yep. And he'd overemphasize what he bastard.
Oh, yes.
Well, no, and there is another spot. Jensen is going to go moderate in the chat. So if anybody else would like to join and say their piece, anybody is welcome, other than the one knob gobbler fucking piece of shit troll under the bridge. Anyway, Batman, go ahead.
What I got about Cabbage is he had a relatively unique sense of humour. And if you didn't get it, he wouldn't bother explaining it to you. He'd just laugh at you all the more. I think that's oddly enough. That's a very British thing as well.
Well, yeah, no, and you and him actually talked quite a bit about, TV and movies. He was almost more passionate about pop culture issues than he was
in some ways. Right? On a certain level, yeah, but you can be extremely passionate about a pastime, but to have a different kind of passion for something that actually affects the world. If you know what I mean. And that's the way. Yeah, that's what he was. He was very passionate about his things he enjoyed, but it was a different kind of passion for like politics in the real world that he had. Definitely liked his history though.
He liked history and he liked science, especially science. And he loved to talk about science, just to talk about different avenues of new technology and how that they would change things and what the effects would be and what the actual dynamics of it were. He was quite, people don't realize this, but Cabby was quite inquisitive.
Mind the dude Cabbage Justice. I hope I'm not just going to talk about his good points, because I don't think he would like that. If you know what I mean.
No. I do know. I mean, which is why I began to relating the story where I argued with him for 3 hours about time zones. And believe it or not, that's not an exaggeration. It really isn't.
I know. I can believe it. I had arguments with them over silly little things.
But they were endearing. They made it more endearing. It really did.
Well, no, and Magic Bollocks has to work tomorrow, so he can't join us. But he's in the chat. He says, always, the man was and always will be a legend. I'll drink to that, sir. I will drink to that.
Just hoping Jensen doesn't get the mochi before the embalmer does.
But let's pass it down to Doku. Doku, you I think you've known Cabbage the shortest amount of time, but you did get to talk to him quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I only knew him less than a year, about the same time I've known the rest of you guys. The one thing I remember the most about him is whenever he would send those hangout links, not when we were live or anything, but just randomly at like 2 a.m. my time, Cabby would just drop a hangout link in the Discord and be like, yeah, I'm bored. And I think this motherfucker kept me up until like 8 a.m. one night talking about just the stupidest random bullshit. But that's what he was great at. He would just talk about anything and everything, and it was always entertaining no matter what, because he was an opinionated asshole, and I fucking love it, and I'm going to miss it.
Oh, yeah, once he made his mind up about something, you could not talk him around.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. He was he had a talent for just being able to talk. Whether you agreed with him, love him, hate him, didn't matter. He didn't give a shit. You would just sit there and fucking. It's like, hey, yeah, we're gonna talk. It's 2 a.m. Next thing I know, it's fucking 10 in the morning, and I'm like, shit, dude, I gotta go to bed. And then he would call me a cunt or a pussy, and then I'd fuck off.
Or you don't get the chance to keep you talking.
Yeah, no, that was him too. Like he's like, oh, you fucking pussy, or like, he would send me a million fucking videos, right? And then he would ask me later that day, after I actually wake up, because he sent these while I'm sleeping, and then I wake up, I haven't even had time to look at any of them, right? And he's like, dude, did you watch those videos? I'm like, not yet. He's like, you never watch what I send you. I'm like, what?
Well, that was one of the best parts about Cabby is he did not give a shit if you liked him or didn't. He just did whatever the fuck he felt like. He did not give a shit about your opinion. And I think that's one of the reasons I actually liked him so much is he was an opinionated asshole, and it was great. It was refreshing. You're not walking on eggshells. He's going to tell you what he means. He's going to mean what he says. And if you don't like it, then that's your fucking problem.
Yeah.
That's rare.
Yeah, it is. In honor of Cabbage, Shirati, what the hell are you doing out in the kitchen?
But yeah, no, that's a very rare thing to run across on the internet is just someone who's, genuine. Like, a lot of people try to act like, oh, I want people to like me. I want to do this. I want to do that. I don't want to offend anyone. No, Cabby didn't give a fuck.
I think that's something you see about pretty much everybody who joins Mad Dodger's stream. Well, apart from Mad Dodger himself, because obviously being a Dodgers fan, he just wants people to like him.
Actually, Batman, I'm in the kitchen. I'm washing dishes and I'm cooking. I'm making a chicken cordon bleu casserole.
Ah, right. So when you listen to your ABBA song.
I'm what?
So, you're making the chickens for when you listen to your ABBA song.
Ha 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 ha.
I can hear Cabby laughing from the clouds right now. It's Shirati doing her gender roles like a good woman.
Yep. I hope you got an apron on.
As a matter of fact, no. But I do have a dress on.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Good enough.
I suppose.
I don't know if Cabby would approve, but...
Earlier today, I had heels on, too.
Did you?
Yes.
Wow. Heels.
And this is where Cabby would come in. Dead air. Dead air. Whoa,
Dead air. Yeah, no shoes, just heels.
Only heels.
Yeah.
Heels and no apron. What the hell is wrong with you?
Sounds like a very boring porno.
He always had stories about things that he would do, including a story about where he blew up a bridge.
I'm surprised he didn't have a story about where he blew off a bridge.
You guys are terrible. And I keep wanting to talk, but I remember that I mute myself, and it's probably best.
Oh, that was one of the funniest things. I'm trying to remember who it was. We were in a discussion with somebody, and he just, it was Mad Dodge. And he muted Mad Dodge in the middle of one of his rants.
Oh, we've all done that.
and he timed it so perfectly. Everybody, I mean, we had a panel about this size, and we all started laughing because he timed it so perfectly. And Mad Dodge was so frustrated, but he couldn't. But Mad Dodge, you probably remember this. He had to laugh at it because of the way Cabby did it. And unfortunately, that created a whole dynamic of everybody, muting everybody. But
giving Dodge shit.
No, it turned into the mute wars.
He used to do that on that certain person's live streams as well. Whenever that certain person would go into one of his toxic rants.
Yeah, that's what got him kicked off of there, actually. And Yeah. He got ejected. But no, I did kick Cabby once for muting me repeatedly. And then, like, right after the show, he calls me on Hangouts, and I got, like, a 45-minute fucking laugh feed for
Aw,
kicking it.
poor Dodge got a tongue lashing. Oh, so many jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in honor of Cabbage. There you go, Cabbage.
Kind of want to mute Mad Dodge just for old time's sake now.
I just did.
That's a mess.
Cabby would be proud.
Hey, Ace.
Well, what's going on?
Well, hey, don't fucking keep your finger off the mute button, Batman, or I'll eject you for old time's sake. But no.
Damn, I wish I was on computer because I would fucking mute my Dodge right now.
Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. No. So this is Cabby's tutorial. You've known him longer than I did. Say a few words, man.
I mean, let's be honest. First of all, we got to address that he was one of the most beautiful trolls that anybody could ever encounter. And like the dude, he just freaking had a way of like getting under everybody's skin. But you're like, God, I love you so much. And I remember when I first met him, it was with another group of people, and which coincidentally is how I actually met Madaj through these people as well. But Cabby was such a good guy that I remember was talked to him from 8 p.m. my time until like freaking about 7 o'clock the next morning. So I would have whole conversations like half a day with him just about freaking everything under the sun. Super smart, super freaking, honest. And like the great thing about him was he was so honest where he would rape your feelings and you would be happy about it. But yeah, no, he's going to be truly freaking missed because there wasn't really many people that could compare to him. His level of troll, but actual caring and just great guy all around, super intelligent. So I know later tonight when I grab my bottle of whiskey from the store, I'm definitely going to have a couple of shots definitely towards him.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. I think it was my birthday or the day after. Cabby made fun of me for like an hour for being an American on my birthday.
No, those were other epic arguments that I had when you constantly complain about America being late.
I can remember when me and him were arguing with UMC that America didn't beat the English in the War of Independence. It was a bunch of French people beat a bunch of German mercenaries.
Yeah. And I would always bring up, so you lazy bastards didn't even fight your own goddamn war. Well, it's like, no, we're just smarter to have other people die for us.
Yeah.
Like,
and besides, we had more important things to take care of. You were like second or third on the list. And there was only 2 or 3 things on the list.
We don't like that. All right, we're first on the damn list.
not. We don't care.
I'm pretty sure the British were more concerned India and tea and tea at that point in time.
Well, yeah,
and the French.
This is for Cabby. Fuck the Queen.
Fuck the Queen.
I don't think he ever had it. He didn't care for royalty. That's true. He
didn't not care at the same time.
Yeah, he had the very British view of the Queen, which for Americans is, for most Americans, the Americans look at that and they just, it's kind of like, it's like we don't hold it in any kind of regard, but at the same time we don't hold it in any kind of negative regard, right? And for example, it was Cabby that freaking went off about Princess Diana because within the United States, she still has a following. She's still beloved here in the U.S.
Oh, Cabby was like me. He hated her.
Yes, he did.
Because we both see what a false bitch she was.
Oh man, he hates that American princess and all that fucking what's her fucking name? He hated her.
Oh, talking.
The one that married.
I don't like Markle. I'm glad she's British now.
Well, we don't want her.
Yeah, we don't want her. She can fuck off back home.
Hey, that's the funny thing about the royals and the Brits. Even somebody who's passionately anti-royalist, if another Brit slags off the royal family, that's fair enough. But a foreigner does it, they do it, and that's it. They'll jump down your throat.
I don't care. You can slag off the fucking Queen and that as much as you like. I don't give a shit about them. That's me.
Hey, I wouldn't do that because somebody was slagging you off the other day, and Prince Philip defended you to the hilt.
Prince Philip's a retard.
That's why he defended you to the hilt.
Yeah, that would explain things.
Yeah, the thing is, Cabby wouldn't give two shits one way in his mind. You're all cunts as far as he's concerned.
Exactly.
No, actually, Cabby would say, no, you're not cunts because a cunt is useful.
Yeah, at least cunts have depth
Fair
and warmth.
A cunt actually has a use. You're all just worthless assholes.
Yeah, at least I can enjoy a cunt. I always feel like going up, getting drunk, and waking up the following morning with some ugly troll just in memory of Cabbage.
I will never forget the time that he got into an absolute pissing match, which surprised me, with memes about what it means to be a troll. Okay, what truly trolling is. And I was just amazed because he actually got memes upset.
Well, that's not hard to do. Just memes. Dragons aren't real.
Shit, I'm kind of upset I missed this.
It was absolutely epic, and I was just sitting back going because they were arguing over the exact definition of a troll and whether or not something was actually trolling or whether or not it was just taking a piss out of somebody. I mean, he was just absolutely hilarious with some of the stuff that he would come up with.
Yep. Terra Marine, trolling has always been an art form. It's just once over we didn't have the internet to do it on. Children.
Yeah. Oh, Cabby was a master of it.
Yeah. Wait, he was an ex-serviceman, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
That's why he was a master at it. The British service soldier, on average, is a pretty good troll.
That's the thing, Cabby.
The Signal Corps.
That's the thing. Cabby never had to resort to just being offensive. He just managed to know what buttons to push.
Actually, that being said, he was actually in the same regiment as my dad, and he's only a few years older than my dad, so there's a good chance they actually would have met, or maybe even known each other.
There was no chance he met my dad because my dad was out of the army in 1975, 74, 75. So,
well, Cabby was never shy about his service. He said it was glorified Cub Scouts. Like he called it, basic and then camping. So he didn't see any action, but he never lied about it either.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good thing. Not seeing action, there's nothing wrong with that. During that service, the things were peaceful. It's a good thing.
Mm.
And just to address the chat real quick, Ace of Skulls, thanks for joining.
Yeah, no, and Blind Girl, I've never seen you before. Please like and subscribe. And if you need Cabby, you're welcome to join us and say your piece. It's open to anybody other than
Girl's a good person.
Yeah, Blind Girl is cool.
Dead air, Cabby does not approve.
Yeah, dead air.
Well, I was hoping Cabby was sent through an EVP. I was just, holding out the hope. He would say, "Shut up, memes."
He might be waiting for memes. When you think about it, that might be who he's waiting on.
Dodge that comment. You'll probably be familiar with this phrase: "Swing and a miss."
Well, I know it's shut the fuck up memes. I know. But...
How many times did he sit there and argue about rounders?
It's a girls' game.
No, soccer is a girls' game.
No, it's not. Not if it's played.
Yes, it is. Soccer is a fucking girls' game. It was created by the freaking
all the world play. Hey, moron! All the world plays what you call soccer. There's hardly any, if any, girls actually play professionally. If there are, you just don't hear about them because of crap.
The rest of the world is a bunch of girls.
Wait, are we talking? We're talking about kickball now, are we?
Yeah, but you play a girls' game, rounders. Then you play a girly version.
It's not rounders. I have seen the comparison.
I'll bring that up actually.
It's rounders.
No, it's
not. Then you play a girly version of rugby because you put armor on to play rugby.
I can't defend.
If I get tackled, I'll get a boo-boo. I need padding.
Yeah, don't make me defend football. All right, just leave me alone in that one. Magic ball. I know it's late and you probably have work. Say your piece, sir.
Yes,
welcome.
Yes, it's Cabby again. Even though he's gone, he's still keeping me up, the fucking bastard. Yep. So I just sort of popped in because I was going to go to bed, and I thought, no, you'll just be bitching and moaning to yourself if you don't want to say something. And so I thought I'd just pop in and say that Cabby was almost like my long-lost twin older brother, because the first time I met him, I suddenly realized we had exactly the same sense of humor. We both enjoyed taking the piss. He obviously went beyond where the normal boundary that I would step up to and go no further, where he would just slam his foot over the line and wouldn't give a shit. But at the same time, if ever I was on a stream with him, if we ever happened to, just be on a stream that I was on, he'd join, or the other way around, guaranteed within a few minutes we'd just be laughing and causing havoc. And just it's the banter I'm going to miss the most, is that if he was there, you knew damn well that even if it was a serious discussion for a short while, it would descend into just typical British banter at some point.
Yeah, no, and I have a question for you.
Like we shut up if there's any youngs turned up.
Well, no, and if this is, you don't want to answer, don't. But you've been kind of hit hard by this, haven't you?
It's surprising. I didn't think it would. And it wasn't really till I started watching some old streams that I started to realize is that, I am actually going to miss this bloke. And it kind of makes you understand the old saying that you never really appreciate something until it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and the reason I asked that is because I was talking to my wife earlier, and honestly, I'm kind of messed up over this. Have I broken down and cried like a little bitch? No.
Probably.
No, I haven't. But I am.
That's because his favorite Rounders team lost.
Yeah, that was a good Cabby fashion. But no, you know what I mean? Like I confided in my wife, like, this is messing me up a little bit. Like, I'm gonna miss my friend.
Like,
you know what I mean?
To be perfectly honest, when you came on and you said you started on about Cabby, I thought you were going to say the bastard owes me a $5.
Oh no, he still owes me a lot of money. But that was something I was going to bring up later,
Well, like the reading of the will.
Yeah, once all his other dependents are out the way, then we can.
So it's you. So it's you with the air rifle.
Hey, if I'm going to claim that I am some kind of long lost brother, I want something. I want at least one castle.
Yeah, where's my castle, Cabby? Like,
okay, Braun. Calm the fuck down.
I did found out I did some of the same stuff as him as a kid, like tatty picking. We actually went and picked potatoes, daft stuff like that.
Yeah, no, Batman. Cabby talked a lot about that. About him growing up. And collecting the eggs for the chickens for the farmers, and just doing all this type of stuff. Like, it sounds like he had a good childhood.
Yeah, well, he grew up in the 70s, I believe, and we did have a good childhood back then. But I think he was in a bit more of a rural area than I was.
Well, he wasn't he in a boarding school, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, he did
He
go.
was spoiled.
He did go to boarding school. That is correct. Yeah.
Well, Shirati, if he wasn't before, he's definitely spoiled now.
Yeah, I don't think that boarding school is necessarily a euphemism for growing up and having a good childhood growing up.
Oh no, he said so himself. He was spoiled.
Oh no. No, I know that he didn't begrudge his youth at all, right?
No.
But it's for the United States, boarding schools are so rare, you know. It was so old alien when he would talk about it, because the rest of us, you know, we don't have any kind of commonality with it.
The closest we have is what, private school or military school?
The military school would be the closest. There's really not very many. I mean, to say that there's no boarding schools in the United States, it would be a misnomer. But the boarding schools that actually exist in the U.S. are truly for the Harvard elite people. Okay?
Generally,
there's very, very, very few.
Generally, that's what they are over here as well. You've got to have money to send your kids to the way we call them public schools over here, because it was the first time they were the first schools where you had like a community of students.
Yeah, they're very, very, very expensive. You're talking probably about like 15 to 20 grand a year to send your kid to boarding school.
If it's somewhere like Eton or Harrow's, probably 50 to 20 grand a term.
And I mean, I get the impression that Cabby didn't necessarily go to the most elite. He certainly wasn't an Eton boy or anything, but I mean, he did tell me that in his first year at boarding school, he was a senior member's fag. So he had to learn the hard way what it's like to actually be a boarding school boy.
Yeah,
because now a lot of people are going to misinterpret that and assuming that he was having unsolicited anal sex. But no, in a boarding school in this country, if you're someone's fag, you basically are effectively their manservant. It's like it's part of this weird ritual that these upper middle class boys have to go through when they go to boarding school.
Basically, it's a cross between a manservant and a target for bullying.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much what we would call initiation.
Kind of, yeah. Maybe there is a bit of anal sex in there. I don't know. I never went into it with him, but the point is that it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to help you become a man.
Yeah, it's a semi-formal tradition.
Yeah.
And more so, it's called "Let me teach you to not be a pussy," because safe space don't exist.
Well, no, because in high school freshman year, I was told about initiation. I was a fairly big guy, 6 foot, 100-something pounds. Nobody tried to, I don't know, duct tape me to the goddamn flagpole. That wasn't going to happen. But I heard stories of other kids.
I don't know so much. Dodge. There was a kid went to our school. He was a big kid, but he made enemies of the wrong people, and he got found tied up to a goalpost. With his trousers missing.
I guess I got lucky then, because I didn't piss off the wrong people.
Batman, and were you that guy?
Nope. I wasn't very tall when I was at school, so
yeah. No, I'd heard similar stories to that, but to the next level, which is unpopular. A kid gets tied to a lamppost or a similar item, stripped naked, and then they get their golden retriever to make love to him.
There's nothing that bad. I mean, I've heard of people being stripped naked and having to push an egg down the hallway with their nose.
No. In this country, we don't beat around the bush. We go to full humiliation. The only difference is back in those days, they didn't have camera phones.
Nope. I mean, such things as tying somebody up to a lamppost in the middle of winter and throwing a bucket of water over them is not unheard of.
Holy shit, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's called basic army training. Yeah, so
But no,
Cabby would have
I
been well
always-
aware of that one.
Yep.
I always messed with Cabby about blowing up that bridge. I'm like, dude, that bridge was probably around since like the 1400s. He's like, actually 1300s. I'm like, you fucking dick. Like, you blew up a fucking bridge. He's like, it was decapitated anyway. It was crap. I'm like, I don't care, dude. We don't even like have anything.
Hold
at
on.
all in
It
America.
was decapitated.
Whatever.
What do you mean
Fuck you.
dilapidated?
Hey, Marty, shut up.
So
What,
hold on,
did you really just call Batman Sharadi?
I did.
Oh,
hold on, man. You're saying that this bridge at one stage had a head.
Oh my
And
god.
Cabby put the head off the bridge.
Decrepit. Sorry. My bad.
oh the
Damn it.
I think you meant dilapidated.
Maybe.
No, what that's a new word for him. What are you talking about?
That's why he said decapitated.
Dodge is
Yeah, I'm
learning.
totally-
Let's
I'm
take
totally
him
lost.
back to school.
Why is
Ready,
he talking?
Dodge? The alphabet is A, B, C,
Go to hell.
D.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm tired or what, but it almost sounded like he was talking about giving head to a bridge there or something.
Dodge, is it true that you had to repeat the first year of Sesame Street?
Is it true you still haven't finished elementary school?
Wow. How did Cabby
I imagine you got help
see
out
a
of your preschool.
decapitated bridge and then blow it up? When did
Oh
he
my
become a bomber of a
Decrepit.
decapitated bridge?
It was decrepit, and he did blow it up. That is, he said it live on air. That is a true story. According to him, he
Okay.
blew up the bridge.
Dodge, I've got to know this. When you were at school, you know that conical hat with the
Will
D
you
on?
shut up, Batman?
Did you remove-
Does it say guns?
Yeah. Did you and your friend used to go behind the bike shed and sniff the Pritt stick?
No, I think
Why do I have this picture in my mind of Mad Dodge with the little beanie with the propeller on top?
I'm not.
Oh, that's where Tim
Not
Pool got the
Tim
idea from.
Oh,
They don't call your father Clancy Wiggum, do they?
Oh, Cabbage just he looked at Tim Pool. He always told me, he goes, I look at Tim Pool and the first thing I think of is he's got a head of an orange. He's just an orange with a human mouth.
Oh, take the beanie off and it's perfectly symmetrical. Oh, 3 holes in the back of his head and it's a bowling ball.
And then his next comment was, when's he going to wash that thing? And
You know, one thing that
Wonderful
sucks
stick.
is Cabby won't be around to see if Brexit actually happens. That's one thing that sucks because he threw a big party. He celebrated for like a week straight when that vote came in.
Well, to be fair, yeah,
see Brexit either.
yeah. I mean, to be fair to Cabby, he was going to celebrate regardless. You know, I think he had that much port in his cabinet.
Yeah.
That's true. That's probably true. But
Yeah.
the sad thing is he's not going to see the end of Theresa May.
Don't think any of us are.
So I think Theresa May's on her way out. She's got 2 weeks left.
Yeah, well, no, and another thing, when I told Cabby about our World War I series, he was excited. He wanted to do it. I'm gonna dedicate that whole series to Cabby from now on.
He would have probably refused to let you talk until like the last episode.
Yeah, yeah. And as he was the last surviving, soldier from World War One, he probably had plenty to say as well.
Are we on about World War One between the Allies and Germany, or World War One where it was Greece and the Mediterranean versus Atlantis?
Ooh. Well, either way, he'd have probably known plenty.
Yeah.
There wasn't many subjects you could talk about he didn't have an opinion on.
That is very true. Cabby always.
If you started talking about anal bleaching, you'd probably know somebody who tried it and got severe, ring sting or something.
He probably had pictures.
That he took himself.
Probably had the interview.
He
probably
was
had the
wondering the anal bleaching.
Yeah, I was going to say he probably had the bleach.
He was probably the one going, I think this is going to hurt your hemorrhoids, my pet.
This is going to leave a mark.
Yeah, no, in the chat, Falcon, I'm laughing so much I can barely talk. Dodge needs a vocabulary. Yeah.
See, he can't even pronounce vocabulary.
I said vocabulary.
No, you said vocabulary.
Yeah, are you a first-time watcher? If you've never seen Mad Dodge before, it might come as a shock.
Oh, for a minute, I thought you were talking to Dodge.
Yeah, episode 1 of the Redeye was him reading Spot the Dog.
Sadly. Shall we crack open cat that?
Well, actually, Bollocks, Dodge had to watch that video, Spot the Dog explained.
Okay, Mad Dodge, now I'm curious. What's your favorite book? Clifford the Big Red Dog or The Cat in the Hat?
He can't remember, but he knows.
No, it's not the Cat in the Hat. It's the Cat in the Hat comes back.
No, it's not. It's Red Fish, Blue Fish.
No, it's called One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish.
I'm sorry.
Green Eggs and Ham?
I thought it was Andy has an apple.
No, I'm pretty sure he's not a fan of Andy Worski. It's that purple hair.
Well, hold on.
Money...
Dodge has got purple hair.
he might soon.
No, I think it's pink now because he just recently changed it.
I'm going bald. I have no hair, you fucking assholes. And
so you dye your head?
Oh, he's going full temple.
It's an Easter egg.
Yay!
Hey, Mad Dodge.
Tim Dodge confirmed.
Yeah, Mad Dodge, it's time to get yourself a beanie, mate.
I have a
There
couple.
have been reports of Sasquatch sightings where it looks like it's got a huge bald patch on its head.
But it's only on the West Coast. We don't know why. It's afraid of Boulder, Colorado, and San Francisco. Scientists can't confirm why.
I just hope for his sake he doesn't, pop into Portland for a bit of shopping, gets beaten up by a load of Antifa thugs, and then the report is, well, we found Tim Pool. My God, has he put on weight?
And height.
Load of Antifa thugs, and then the report is
dead air.
Okay, wasabi.
I was just waiting for you guys to keep making fun of me. And looking at the chat here, Aunt Jack, he always slurs his words. So is he always drunk? That's for me to know and you to find out.
Yes,
sir.
he's
the answer is yes.
He's always drunk. He's always drunk.
Yeah. You better chance of, if you want a mystery, is the few hours of the day when he's actually sober. I don't think you ever are, actually.
I think sobriety is overrated anyway, bollocks.
I think it is. I think he literally has a drip that he puts into his arm when he goes to sleep, just to make sure his level never drops below 80%.
No. It's worse than that. Yeah, he's got a humidifier in his house, but he doesn't put water in it. He puts whiskey in it.
Straight into the skin.
Breathe in that
whiskey. I thought it was vodka.
I don't see a problem with this, actually.
Children.
Except alcohol poisoning.
Oh, that might be a problem.
And your children seeing you dead.
Oh, look, the children will be getting it in the air as well.
It never did me no harm.
Yeah, we better veto that idea. Jez, so your thoughts on Cabby, man?
Well, I just thought I'd pop in Mad Dodge and pay me respect. We had a stream. I was lucky enough to have him on one of my streams, and one of the funniest streams I've ever done. It was just great. It was, and without Cabby, that stream would have never have happened because it was the time when the Google Hangouts thing was all fucked up, and then you could only copy and paste the thing before the question mark. And I was ready to go live, and I had no idea. Everything was all fucking up all around me. I couldn't get on live. And Cabby come on with Jensen, and Cabby sorted it. Go, no, you've got to copy and paste this bit, mate. That bit's a load of crap. You know what I mean? You've got to copy and paste this up until the question mark. That's the link you send. And without Cabby, we never would have gone on air that night. And I'm just glad it's one of the ones, because as you know, Mad Dodge, I delete all my streams pretty much after they're done. But I saved that one. And I'm so glad I did. I've recently uploaded it so anybody can... It can be added to the Cabby archive of such or whatever. It was just, I met him through Bollocks, through you on your stream, and he was just such a great gentleman, intelligent, witty. I can remember one night after your stream had ended, we were on, and I think me and Cabby were talking till like 6 o'clock in the morning about various topics and stuff, and it was just a pleasure to know.
Oh, you got off lightly then, Jazz.
Yeah, no, Jazz. I was there for like most of the night, right? I had to dip out though. Finally, I even was like, dude, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it was. Fucking me and Cabby were up to like 6 o'clock in the morning just talking bullshit, and it was a pleasure to have known that man.
Well,
it really was.
That you sent me.
It was frustrating to know as well.
Oh yeah, but that was the beauty though, Batman. That was the beauty. That was the charm of the man.
It was the. I just will never, ever, ever understand how he survived because he didn't sleep.
No, I'm doing the things.
Yeah.
The best thing to say for anybody, and I'll say it for Cabby, is I'd rather have known him than not known.
Oh yeah,
indeed, definitely.
Yeah, I do think him keeping everybody up was just another form of trolling us all. I'm certain of it. It was just how long can I keep them up, no matter. Because I remember one night I said to him at 1 o'clock, "I've got to go to bed. I've got things to do tomorrow," and the fucker kept me up for another 3 hours. Every time I tried to divert the conversation, I have to go, he would somehow say something that grabbed my attention. Before I know it, another half an hour had gone by.
Yeah,
that was
I sent him a message as soon as I got up the next day. He said, "You're a fucking arsehole."
You know, the horrible thing is, when you think about it, he knew quite a lot about computers, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that he didn't have some form of some form of AI that could listen to conversation and then provide answers using a recording of Cabby?
Well, considering he didn't use
hours ago.
I mean, considering he didn't use software beyond the 1990s, that's very impressive. You know, the man who would not update anything, would not use modern browsers, you know, because apparently the CIA have hacked it and are spying on him. You just, you know.
The man who still had a Motorola flip phone.
Oh, that's right. He was very proud of telling us that we're all fucking idiots for having smartphones and that he was still had his, early noughties flip phone.
Yep.
But everything about him just screamed character.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ongoing joke of like putting in the chat on these streams like vote Cabby and stuff like that. It was just hilarious because he was a voice for a generation. Maybe not the right generation, but he was certainly a voice for it.
There's only two places you can find somebody like Cabby. That's a small English village or a situation comedy.
You're right there, Batman. Yeah.
I think he came from both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's the type of bloke that if you told someone about him, all the the stories he told us, all the escapades, they think he was fictional, that he didn't exist. But yeah, this man existed all right. He's definitely he does sum up the quintessential English character, doesn't he?
Yep, he definitely did.
Well, no, and I see Common Sense guy in the chat. Man, if you want to come on and say a few words, there is an open spot. So the link, scroll up, you'll see it. If not, it's in my Discord in general.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, gents, I'm going to have to jump out. I've got to go to bed. But cheers for letting me on, Mad Dodge. I just wanted to, quickly say something because I didn't want this to go by without, wishing old, Cabby all the best. Because it has been surprising how much, for somebody I'd never met, never knew his real name, how much they can actually make you, appreciate them. And when, something like this happens, it hits you like you've just run into a brick wall and you can't quite understand what's happened. So, yeah, I really will miss the bloke. He was such an amazing human being to know. And, just, it would have been nice just to have 5 minutes extra just to have one last talk with him. And maybe even say goodbye. I don't know. But
I know, right? I wish he would have told me what was going on, but yeah, I'm there with you, dude. Because Cabby, like I said, man, I talk to him every other day.
I didn't even
Cabby
know.
was one of my best friends at this point. I'm gonna miss him immensely.
Yeah. Anyway, have a good stream, everybody, and I'll see you all again.
Bye, Liz, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and we're going back to the somber, but no, we can go back to laughing about Cabby's escapades. I mean, he really did know how to piss people off, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He was an expert at it.
Expert? He was a fucking master of it.
Indeed. Nobody controls anybody quite like Cabby.
Well, real quick,
it.
we got a $1 super chat from Flying Falcon, but no message. Can I repost the link? He says later on. Yes, I will repost it right now. Here you guys go.
And you know what? Hey, everybody. Fuck it. Here's to Cabby.
Yeah, I've just cracked one open.
Yeah, I have my beer. I have my beer next to me. I know Cabby was a wine man, but I'm not, and he would be upset with me if I.
I alternate. I alternate. I have beer one day, wine the next. See.
Excuse me, I'll be back.
Well, Cabby can go ahead and continue to haunt my ass and my internet apparently for drinking beer instead of wine. It's an extra day.
Yeah, we're all gonna get the tin can internet one at a time. Just watch.
Oh, yeah, I must congratulate MC on his video he did this afternoon as well. He almost made me cry when the last post played, and I was like, I know it's not really our song or anything, but yeah, congratulations, MC, on that video, man. It was really nice.
On that note, I actually agree or disagree with me, but I think it's more difficult when you realize somebody has passed on when you've been friends with them over this wonderful thing we call the internet, because you get to know people in a different kind of sense than, say, if you were friends in school, or if you met in college, or if you're just bar friends. But when you get to know people over the internet, you get to know people in a different kind of way. So it hits you in no way that it would otherwise.
Yeah, I think, Doku, you get to know people on the base level, really, instead of the bullshit like body signals or anything, or the bravado of being in a crowd in a public space. You get to know the real person on the internet, if you know what I mean.
No, I agree, because here on the internet, we're friends or we're not friends. It doesn't really matter. People will do and say whatever the fuck they damn well please. You really get to know somebody on a different level than if you're just drinking beers at a fucking bar.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I'm back. I've got some sherry. So here's the cabbage.
To Cabby.
Yeah, to Cabby. He was, although, if we're talking about Cabby, I'm pretty sure he would be the same kind of person at a bar as he would on the internet. I don't think he gave two shits.
I dare say dare say he'll be drinking alone after about 20 minutes, though.
no, actually,
Or we get ejected out the pub.
There would have been a fight.
You know what Cabby told me? He's like, man, because like I said earlier, man, I planned on doing a real honeymoon. So it's, you know, what you would call a second honeymoon with my wife, but going to England. And he's like, dude, I could show you some small town pubs to where even when they close down, they just lock the door. As long as we pay, we could just sit here and drink. And I'm like, dude, that sounds awesome. He's like, yeah, sounds awesome until I drink you under the table, mate. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I don't get that
seatbelt, Dodge.
I don't get that chance now. I don't get to have that drinking competition.
Hold on, Dodge. You said
you would have lost.
Dodge, you said a second honeymoon with your wife. Does that mean you went on your first honeymoon by yourself?
No, the first honeymoon, we went to a hotel and it was a couple days. It wasn't like, you know, we flew somewhere and went on a honeymoon. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, no, I'm glad you brought that up because it's a good analogy with the way that people on the internet interact. As long as you're not like, you're not pulling a Tonka or an Andy Worski, but if you're legitimately just, you know, being like how Cabby would, you are who you are. You don't try to pretend to be something you're not. You're not playing a character, and you interact with people on the internet the same way you would in real life.
Right.
We are essentially our own little local pub.
I think the only difference with me online as opposed to offline is I'm a little bit more confident. I'm just a big cunt in real life.
Well, and that's what makes it so nice, though. It obviously, you know, there's got to be people like, oh my god, the internet's so full of hate and da da da, and you know, someone like Cabby would be like, fuck you, cunt, you're full of shit.
Hate on this channel, Doku.
Well, but yeah, that's the thing. We are essentially our own little local pub. We all know each other. We all fucking talk. And if you don't like it, then you can go piss off to your safe space. We don't give a shit. And that's what made Cabby such a great dude, is because he never tried to pretend to be something he wasn't.
Yeah, he was 100% Cabby on everything he was on. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he will be missed, because people like that on the internet, or even just in real life, it's rare to find someone who has that sort of I don't give a fuck mentality.
Yeah.
Like,
who has no bullshit about him.
No, that's not true. That's not true, because Cabby did give a fuck. Or else he wouldn't have talked to me the way he did. He wouldn't have counseled me.
Well, no, Cabby, I'm going to correct you real quick, Mad Dodge. Cabby gave a fuck about the people that he actually considered to be friends.
Yep.
But as far as the internet was concerned, he didn't give two shits about your opinion. He didn't care if you loved him or hate him. But if you were his friend, or if he actually loved you or gave a shit about you, he would be real with you. He'd be honest. And that's the thing. Honesty in real life or on the internet is an extremely rare thing. And Cabby was exemplary when it came to that. He would tell you exactly what the fuck was on his mind. Agree or disagree, he didn't care. He will give you his fucking opinion and take it for what it is. You have to respect that.
Well, no, and here's the thing. Even like my daughter just came and gave me a hug. They just got home from school. They knew Cabby. I talked to him that much. You get that, right? Every day, pretty much. I say every other day because, well, it's got to be an average, right? But it was pretty much every day I would talk to this guy. There's a hole on my council. There's a hole in my inner circle, and I doubt it will be filled.
And there's a hole in the Redeye stream.
Yep.
Yeah, and I doubt it'll be filled. I mean, Cabby's chair will sit empty. I don't see anybody that could fill his shoes.
Well,
actually, okay, I'm gonna be a little sentimental. So make fun of me in passing, at least. There might be a hole, so to speak, but it's not like we're ever gonna forget Cabby. We might think he's gone, so to speak, but what he's offered and how he's affected our lives. I mean, I've known the guy the least amount of time. And
people aren't gone until you forget about them.
No, don't.
and even then, like,
I've
he's
only known him for
still...
a few months. You've known him longer than me. I'm the least person here who's known him the least. But I'm glad I spent several months in his time on this stream, just listening or partaking in talking with him.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. He still gave me a different perspective. So he might not be here talking with us right now, but there's no way I'm ever going to forget him. And he's affected us in his own way. So I'm not going to say there's a hole. It's just...
It's just an old friend. You're all talking, and then you look across the room, so to speak, and that chair's empty.
Yeah, you'll be sitting there. You'll see a video and go, "Oh, hey, Cabbage was all right."
Yeah, so he's not truly gone. It's just we're gonna have to step our game up now.
Well, if he turns up in my house, I'll shit myself.
Well, no. If we are being trolled, that troll has got a mark on him. But other than that, I will be happy. Cabby is all right. But I feel like it's true, or else we wouldn't be doing this right now. So
I don't think Cabbage would go that far.
No, to be honest, I don't think Cabbage would either. He's one of those people where he does have a limit, and that would be it.
Yeah. There was some of the things I told him I did at school. He was, disapproving of.
Yeah, because there's one thing with Cabby here. He had a very strong moral compass.
Indeed. Oh yeah, he certainly knew right from wrong, and he wasn't afraid to tell anybody about it as well.
This is true. I mean, that's something I didn't really have at school, was a moral compass.
But,
you think I'm a twat now? I was worse when I was a kid.
Are you from Durham? What do you expect?
Oh, fuck you, you gay bastard.
He's only trying to pretend to be a Geordie.
Yeah.
I'm not a Geordie, though.
I know, that's why I said, yeah.
I was born in fucking Catterick. I was only raised in the northeast.
Well, no, and the thing is, when it comes to Cabby was always honest. He was always loyal. He was a good friend, but he was also a prick. And
he always called you a
cunt. What a lovable prick.
Yeah, we would be doing a disservice if we didn't call him a prick.
Well, the fucker made me break 2 of my fucking rules on my own podcast, the twat. Yes, Cabby, you fucking son of a bitch. You made me actually keep one of my videos now. I re-uploaded the one with Cabby, and that's going to stay there forever for the Cabby archives. And he also made me listen to one of my own podcasts because I was missing him like a son of a bitch yesterday. What?
Pissing you off, even.
Yeah, fucking even in death, he pissed me off.
Well, so Cabby won. You're gonna have to concede to that one
again.
Mind with what he had, that explains why he never really went to sleep.
And before I shill this, I only make 97 cents. So this is
if only you were a man, you'd be a fool.
This isn't a cash grab, but if you do want something to remember Cabby by, I do have a t-shirt with shut up memes, and I do have a mug on my Streamlabs. I'm gonna have to buy a second one because my wife stole the first mug, and now I need my own, it seems. So because she's not gonna give it back.
Yeah. As much as I love Cabby, I'm not paying that shipping cost from America.
No. No, if only 3D printers were dirt cheap, and they also printed fabrics and mugs.
I'll just knock my own t-shirts up. Cabby would like that a lot more, I'm sure.
Hey, he gave me the rights for the image, not you. Us too.
He's dead now. Hold on.
That's mine.
Real quick.
Real
Sorry,
quick.
I could lose this. No, Cabbage is dead now, so it's public domain. I'm sorry, Dodge.
I'm suing. That's it. I've had it with people. Lawyer is on the phone. Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't think the ambulance chase is going to help you.
If his will comes out, it's probably written in there. It's now public domain. You shit out of luck, man, Dodger.
No, to be honest, no, I really am. It's the cup is only $17. I'm only making 93 cents.
Yeah, $17. It'll cost me another $17 to get it shipped over here.
I don't think so. I think Streamlabs ships it from your.
When I pull you up here, Dodge, you said before you were making 97 cents. So you've gone from a white woman to a Hispanic woman.
I'm making no money.
Oh no!
No, no, live here, no.
No. The Griffins are dead. I take. No, I take.
Whoa, Kimosabi, dead air.
Dead air. See, this is the ghost of Cabby.
Yeah, well, no.
Great Scott, Tonto. It's dead air.
I'm 5 years old. You're getting mad at me.
Getting mad at your mug.
No, he wanted tortilla shells, just a plain tortilla shell. But I already let them have animal crackers. So they have animal crackers. Why do you need a plain tortilla shell? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck? What about you mad cunt?
What the fuck are animal crackers?
What are animal crackers? They're like cookies, kind of.
He means biscuits.
Animals.
Are they anything like Batman? Are they anything like our fucking Cadbury's Animals biscuits?
Kinda, yeah.
They're more like Jacob's crackers, only in animal shape. That's the impression I get because you can put them in soup, apparently.
Yeah, that's a weird American thing, man. They crumble up Jacob's crackers and put them in soup. You fucking Yanks are fucked up.
You don't put animal crackers in soup. What's wrong with you?
No, like I say, we've got these biscuits, what you guys call cookies. We've had them for years. Cadbury's fucking Animals. They're like sort of in the shape of an animal. It's a biscuit covered in chocolate on one side. Is that an animal cracker?
No, they're more of like just a traditional for you Brits. They're more of like a traditional biscuit. They're really not that sweet. They're not covered in chocolate or anything. They're just in the shape of animals. They're more like semi-sweet crackers.
Yeah,
they're more like the salty crackers.
They're not salty. They're not salty. They're kind of like semi-sweet.
God, you eat so weird.
This stream is for Cabby, and this makes sense for bogging down in animal crackers because Cabby would approve.
He'll say to you, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I'm really wishing.
And there's animals.
These
two things are completely separate.
Jez, I'm looking at a picture of them now. Imagine the cheapest, crappiest biscuits that you can think of. You know, the kind that usually get brought at Christmas.
Salted milk, yeah.
Just like that, only in animal shapes.
Oh dear. Fucking
yeah, imagine a Fig Newton.
Oh dear.
Well, here you go. Imagine a Fig Newton, but without the figs and kind of stale.
Well, a Fig Newton. Let me get this right. A Fig Newton's a fig roll, yeah.
Well, again, take out the fruit filling and let it sit out for a day or two and make it kind of stale, so it's crunchy.
Right, so a fig roll without the fig. Yeah, I've got it. God, that tastes fucking horrible.
No, it's actually pretty good. It's not bad.
Animal crackers actually do taste pretty good. And now, right now, I'm kind of wishing Cabby was here because until a minute ago, I was thinking, damn it, he'd be able to get on this.
Fucking damn right. He'll say animals and crackers are two separate things and should never be fucking pushed together.
And now, because of all this talk, I wish I had a box of Jacob's cream crackers.
Ah, see, they're the original cracker.
Yeah. No, I think
these Americans.
I think Mad Dodge is the original cracker.
Well, that's what his black neighbors say.
You guys need help.
It's not what you're here for, to help us.
I didn't know I had black neighbors. Huh.
Oh yeah, that's right. He lives in a trailer. He lives in a trailer park, not a Section 8. So
Doku, he doesn't realize he's got black neighbors because they only come out at night.
Actually, technically, I live in a city that's like 70% black, like 20% Hispanic, and 10% white. And they wait till about 6 or 7 o'clock before they actually come out of the house.
And don't tell me they still claim that they're the minority.
Yes, they do. Even though every single member of the city council for the past 10 years has been black.
Diversity, yo.
Imagine my shock.
I heard a great one. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read it somewhere on the internet. Some black guy shouting at some white guy about reparations. White guy turned around and says, "Yeah, you got your reparations for slavery, but unfortunately, what you got covered the bill that you had to pay for for your fare to the United States."
No.
Yeah.
When I want to piss somebody off and they're talking about reparations, I bring up the fact that it was legal via the Constitution. Therefore, if anybody is owed reparations, it would be the slave-owning families. Therefore, you owe them money. That's right. And
just imagine, you bought a slave, then the following week it's abolished. How pissed off are you going to be?
We had no refunds.
It's actually a valid point.
It is, and that's why it makes them so mad, because you can't really argue against it when you look at it logically. When you're looking at it emotionally, yeah, slavery's evil. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
look at it logically and legally.
But they don't function on logic. It's all my fee-fees.
That's another thing Cabbage would bring up. They conveniently forget that the only civilization that ever made slavery illegal is white civilization.
And actually, it's a very interesting point. This is something I actually might have to argue later. From a moral standpoint, okay, yeah, slavery's wrong. No shit, Sherlock.
It is now. It didn't used to be.
Yeah, well, and also...
Yeah, but in modern prisons, man, you've got everybody fucking working electronic ports for 30 cents an hour. So does slavery still exist?
Well, that's not slavery, that's punishment.
Yeah, but
it does in Africa.
All the stealing jobs, even. All the prison population stealing jobs from people who are making these fucking TVs.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Memes argues with the American Constitution. Slavery is still legal. It is legal when it comes to indentured servitude, and slavery is legal when a commission of a crime. Therefore, the private prison population is constitutional.
But
it is
when
legal.
you commit a crime and are convicted and sent to prison, you are not part of society. You are not part of the rules that govern society. You are apart from society.
Yep.
Therefore, that doesn't count.
But in America, prisons all over America, slave labor, man. Making components for a torch or whatever, or making this and that.
Oh, you remember?
Why not just arrest all the people who walk over the border and then make them build an actual, not fence, a 30-foot concrete wall with razor wire on top?
And
make them do it.
Hold on. And just to make sure it stays up, every 10th person is sacrificed and their blood is used to mix in with the mortar to make sure that the wall doesn't fall down.
No. You go full Stalin and you make it use the bones for it.
I thought that was the Chinese.
Nope, Stalin, the Road of Bones.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think my dad put it best about the slavery.
Oh,
He said slavery was a bad thing because now we're surrounded by niggers.
Literally, in my case.
I take it. I take it. The old man was in his 80s.
No, he's only in his mid-40s.
Really?
You fucking hell.
Jesus.
That's the best way to put
it. You normally only get that talk out of pensioners.
Well, I think put it this way. He's the only person I have ever told stop being racist, and he's the only person who's ever called me a snowflake.
That is so weird, but such a lovely dynamic you've got going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude, your family is screwed.
That is fucked up, man. It's funny but fucked up.
You got my dad, 22 years in the army, right? And he had black friends. Yeah, he wasn't racist, but he had the saying, black people is lazy. Because when God created man, he told humans to go and wash themselves clean. So the white people went and jumped in the river and washed themselves, and the black guy, he just put his feet in his soles in the river in the palms of his hands and washed that. That's why the feet.
I've never heard that.
We were in the pub one day. One of my mates, he's dead now. Fucking Dave, he's black fella. Like, we're in the pub one day and we're all shooting the shit with, you know what I mean? We're all getting drunk, load of lads, like. And fucking, what was it? That was it. My mate goes, "What'd you get if you cross with an octopus?" He goes, "A damn good cotton picker." And my mate, who's black, and goes, "Yo, what's 9.5 inches long and white?" And after a couple of seconds, he couldn't think of anything. He just turned and stared at him. He went, "Nothing, boy."
Well, you've heard the one about the white guy goes to Jamaica and he's proud because he's got his name tattooed on his cock. Yeah, Dave.
Oh, welcome to
standing there, and there's this black guy there. Dick's about the same size, but it's got Jaha on it. And that's the news. Is that your name? He goes, "No, it's initials. What does it stand for?" Welcome to Jamaica. The weather is hot. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
In block capitals.
Oh, that old classic.
Yeah. Well, no, I just got back. I'm looking at the chat. Voice of One's in the chat. Hey, Voice, you want to come on and say a few words about Cabby? We got about 20 minutes left here. And then we're going to go off air, either hang out in Hangouts or go to the Discord. So if you have something you want to say publicly, now's the time to do it, Voice. We have open spots.
I think Memes is upset because Cabby, Cabby asked him how do you confuse a moron. Memes says, "I don't know." And Cabby says, "I'll tell you later," and he still hasn't told him.
And Falcon, you jumped on. Do you want to say a few words about Cabby? Like I said, we got about 20 minutes left, guys, and then we're gonna go off air. We can continue to hang out. That is perfectly fine, but we're not going to do it live anymore in about 20 minutes. So,
well, I met Cabby and MC the same day, actually on Ogre Stream, and we streamed quite a few times.
Hold on. You're not allowed to mention that name here.
Okay. We met on a particular stream. We streamed quite a few times together, and Cabby, more than anybody I've ever met, he really, really knows how to push my buttons. Not in a good way. Just really knows how to rile me up and get me going. But he doesn't do it he does it in a joking way. You know when he's done that, he was just screwing with you.
Yeah.
He's a natural Brit. Natural Brit, a piss taker through and through. Just keeps pushing your buttons, mate, and see which one breaks you. That's what it's all about.
Yep, that's the thing about British English lads meet. We never say a nice thing about each other.
Well, no, because we're all cunts.
Well, speak for yourself. I mean, there you are with that fake Yorkshire accent.
Yorkshire?
Exactly. It's that bad.
Shire? Isn't it Shire?
No, Yorkshire.
It's sure.
It does end in a shire, but it's certainly not York.
Okay, well,
You Brits can't even speak English.
Yes, we can. We invented the fucking language, you moron.
Yeah. Oh, you
That's
guys.
that's why American English is referred to as simplified.
At least we didn't come up with Pigeon English and make a website that had a bunch of it.
Oh,
That's the Africans.
We don't talk about that.
I don't think English come up with Pigeon English.
No, we didn't.
No, that was the Africans that came up with Pigeon.
But y'all made a website that was full of it.
Yeah, I can speak better England than you can, man.
Better England. Yay.
No,
I'm just saying that, though. That's a lot more convincing than all the ones I went to school with.
We speak American. We don't speak the Queen's English. But on that note, Voice, the floor is yours, sir. Say your piece about our friend Cabby.
What could I add to what all of you have said? You know,
experience.
Voice, your thoughts, man. When you first met him, I don't know what. You know, he was all of our friend, dude. Just what's on the top of your head, bro?
Well, I think I first met him on one of your early streams, and I think that my first impressions were, you know, well, he's quite an opinionated prick, you know.
Me too.
He is now tipping his hat to you in wherever the realm he is.
You know, but he wasn't, you know, a prick. You know, he was my first impression was, you know, yes, he was a bit of a prick, but he was a likable prick.
Yeah.
You know, and then as I went in more and more streams with him, you know, he had a brilliant sense of humor, very knowledgeable about many things. Loved to, you know, if someone had took a position, he would definitely at times take an opposite position just to wind that person up.
Yep.
You know, that was quite entertaining to watch with him and MC going at each other. That was some of the best streams ever were him and MC arguing.
And Voice, no, it's funny, man. Like, I agree with you completely. And the funny thing is, though, most of the time, Cabby would take my position. I wonder if that's because he was my friend and he just wanted to have my back, or if he thought I had the weaker argument, and so he thought I needed help. You know what I mean?
He was agreeing with you until you slipped up, and then he could jump all over you, man.
Yeah. Well, you see, I don't mean any offense, Mad, but you were the easy opponent. MC was a harder person to argue with, so I would say he wanted to go after the person with who was the best argumenter. You know, he wanted that challenge.
Libertarians are always easy to argue with.
No, they're not.
But yeah, you know, and then over the years you get to know him. You know, his early life in his boarding school. You know, his short time. I think it was in the reserves or something. I knew he was in the military at some point in time. Then what really stands out is what I didn't know about him. You know, I mean, like when you get the news and you're like, I can't even put a face to this person. You know, and that's a confusing part of it.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
it still hits you as hard as if it was your friend from high school, right? Because it hit me that hard, dude. I am wheeling from it still. I'll be honest.
I've got to admit, if you don't mind jumping in, Voice, I've got to admit, if I was looking there, one night I had YouTube on, I was flipping around, and I flipped onto Mad Dod's stream, and I would have flipped away again, but I noticed, hold on, that's Cabbage. Oh, cool. And that's my first interaction with you, lot. If Cabbage hadn't been there, I would have just gone, on again.
Oh wow! So
Yeah,
you is why you and I are friends now, Batman. Right?
Yes, so you wish Cabbage had been off sick that night, don't you?
I hate to ask this,
but we are friends.
How did Cabbage pass? What finally got him?
The answer we got is late onset lung cancer. He it was untreatable. He found out probably within a month and a half because he talked to me every day, if not every other day. And he stopped communication about a month and a half ago.
Damn.
We were all wondering. I can remember us all saying at the time, like, "Where's Cabby? Where's Cabby?"
Yeah, I remember. I think it was a Friday or Saturday. I was just on a regular Twitch stream, and Lysis was on. Fairy and Finlay, and she asked me. She just asked if I happened to know anything of Cabbage, because apparently he stroked out or passed out on a stream or something. So I said, I hadn't heard, but I hope he's okay. And she said, I hope he's okay too. And that's all I'd heard about it. Then this afternoon when I woke up, I just seeing that everyone from Pinoid's stream and just saying, rest in peace, Cabby.
And I'm glad Pinoid. I'm no longer in that server, but I'm glad he's showing his respects. I know he was friends with Cabby as well, and Pinoid is welcome here. Me and him have had a slight falling out, but to be honest, I still like the guy, so he is welcome to join us.
I don't like Pinoid's character. Pinoid himself, he's pretty decent.
Yeah, I can see the difference there. Absolutely. Voice, you got cut off. Go ahead and finish, sir. Everybody should get their piece.
No, it's just weird, How do you agree when you can't even put a face to the name? I would love to go to this guy's funeral, but I couldn't even. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
And that's
I could DM you the city where he was. I will not give that out publicly, but I can DM you that, so that's where to begin.
Do you have contact details for the Cabbage?
I have one person who knows his real name and his real cell phone number.
Well,
maybe you have contact.
Maybe you should.
It's all right. I said I would like to go. I didn't say I could afford to go.
No, that's not what I was getting at. Maybe we could club together and provide a wreath.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say, but he did tell me before.
Let me know about that as well. If anything gets off the ground, let me know.
Yeah, I would like to do something for Cabby. Absolutely. Matter of fact, it is only 97 cents I get out of each sale, but if enough people bought enough mugs,
it's gone up again.
We could send some cabbage plants to his grave, probably. I'm gonna have his obit in a day or two, I bet. So we can find out where he's buried, and we can give him some cabbage plants. I think we should do that, guys. I really like that idea.
Yeah. Well, someone I wish I asked a lot earlier, because he was, like I said before, he was in the same regiment as my dad in the army, and he was only about 3 years older than my dad. So and he lives fairly close to where I do. Just in a scale of Britain, so there's a fairly good chance that he might have actually met or known my dad. So I was going to try and ask him about it, but I never got the chance.
Yeah, no, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, this World War I series is now in his honor. Why? I'll tell you why. Because he wanted us to do it. He was excited. He was going to be a part of it. His granddad came home shell-shocked from the war, and I will retell the story he told me, when we get into that aspect of the war, because he wanted to tell that story. Like, the man who shall not be fucking mentioned is a goddamn prick. Like, this was our friend. And Cabby was more my friend than his. He can go fuck off.
I don't think Cabby was ever that idiot's friend.
No, I don't think he ever was. And that idiot, to me, also is a prick because of his behavior towards Chagrin, who's basically everyone's mom.
And quite a few, that is his behavior to pretty much every woman he came in contact with.
Yeah, but Chagrin is about the nicest woman you'll find online.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Chagrin. She's cool. Also Amanda Wolfchild is really cool. They kind of remind me of each other. They really do. So that's why I kind of lump them together. Because
they're both blonde redheads.
Yeah, right. They're both Southern, so yeah, it works.
Oh yes, Chagrin's voice can just curl your toes in a good way.
Yeah, you talk about that. You talk about her too much like that. Papa Bear will come and find your ass.
He's not even bothered for two reasons. He knows she would never leave him, and there's an entire ocean separating us. And how do you know I couldn't take on Papa Bear?
I got a feeling he's a lot younger than you.
That depends on which way you're going to take him on, though, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can just see it.
Are you going to fight it or fuck it?
Fighting.
No, I'm back.
Hold on a minute. Fulton, you're just like every other kid. You think, oh, I'm young, I can beat him up because he's old.
No, I'm saying Papa Bear would beat your ass.
How do you know?
He's a lot younger than you.
So?
What's
that got to do with anything?
Yeah, and he's an American, so he's also an American, and unlike you Brits, he can grab a rifle and pick you off at a distance.
Oh, so
yeah,
that's not a fight. That's shooting
this
someone.
man has no idea about us Brits, mate. We'd just walk straight up to you with a piece of wood and cave your skull in. You won't even have a chance to walk up.
Yeah, you guys got That's what for Cabby, the whole sport.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of when Queen of the South started trying to threaten to attack War Fox, and then she started trying to say everyone else was trying to get violent and threatening.
Are we now having the hit the mute button contest?
I was just merely stating the fact that when it comes to Brit versus American, you wouldn't have a chance to pull your gun. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, America! No, don't do this. Chaz,
Okay. Go and salute your Fuhrer. We did not help you. You can salute your Fuhrer now.
Oh, that's
actually, as though I sadly admit, I agree with that guy.
I've got one on that one. It was the American School of Military History did a what-if scenario if the US had not joined in the Second World War. And according to them, the Allies would have still won. It would have just taken 5 more years. It wasn't America that stayed.
And how many?
As much as I hate to say this, I seriously fucking doubt it.
Seriously.
If Germany, if Hitler had not tried to invade,
I do sincerely believe, as much as I hate to fucking say it, mate, if Pearl Harbor hadn't happened and America didn't join in, I think we would have fucking lost, man.
It wasn't America. It
guys,
wasn't America. It was Europe with Russia.
Hey guys, in all seriousness, the 2 mistakes Hitler made was number 2, in order of importance, trying to wage a 2-front war. He should have left the Soviets alone and have dealt with Britain first.
He couldn't.
And then second, was he declared war on the United States, the manufacturing powerhouse of the world. We were the only we were sending a tremendous number of airplanes, trucks, you name it, to the Russians and you guys.
Yeah, and all the plans and everything were all built by Brits. So all the plans, the schematics to build these things weren't American inventions.
This
is funny
all your planes, all your fucking.
It's funny how the Packard-built Rolls-Royce Merlins were actually more powerful and more durable than the Rolls-Royce built ones.
It's funny how the Rolls-Royce Merlins.
I don't know about that.
No, and you want to go ahead and pull, all those were American planes. Well, yeah. Well, wait till the Mustang comes out, bitch.
But the Spitfire still outperformed the Mustang, and even without
actually,
the carburetor.
Yeah, the Spitfire.
Actually,
so did the Hurricane.
Actually, the Hurricane, compared to many other aircraft, because it had a fixed pitch prop instead of variable pitch, it really was outclassed by everything else. The only thing that kept the Hurricane really going was y'all had them to start with, just like the Lee Enfield number 4. It was supposed to be replaced. If y'all had actually started the process of replacing it like 4 years prior, you wouldn't have had it during the Second World War.
And it was still better than the American counterpart, though. It jammed a lot less. It was more accurate. And
dude, that was a rear-locking, cock-on-closed rifle with horrendously bad head-spacing problems.
It was still more accurate. It jammed a lot less and was a lot more reliable weapon.
With a pissant cartridge.
Well, no,
it was rimmed.
Real quick. Jacob in the chat says, "Hey, Mad Dodge, when will you admit that Game of Thrones is inferior to Lord of the Rings? Down with mad supremacy."
Shit.
It's not. Lord of the Rings is black and white, while Game of Thrones is shades.
What do you mean Lord of the Rings is black and white? No, it's not black and fucking.
They're both shit, if that's any consolation.
Agreed.
I'm going with the English majority. Yeah, there isn't a decent game of footy in any of them, so it's the crap.
I'm finally looking at the chat.
Victory here.
Anti-Jack is right. U.S. did invent the airplane, and also Jacob, I think, is kind of right when it comes to. He is right when it comes to bolt actions.
Yeah.
No, it was the Germans.
And like I said in the chat, you may have invented the plane, but we perfected it.
Leonardo da Vinci actually invented the airplane.
Indeed, along with the helicopter and all sorts of wacky ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, then you got American pilots coming over. Hey, what are those things you got on the beach there? That's radar. What's that?
Well, he sold it to Disney for $3.5
million. Hey guys, real quick. Hey guys, keep talking. My son smashed his finger in the door and ripped it out. He's probably headed to the hospital. I gotta go real quick.
Yeah, get away, mate. If you need to, Dodge, shut the stream down.
Yep.
So get yourself to the hospital with your kid.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's not enough seats for me to even go with. I'll be right back, but I need to figure out what's going on.
Dude, go for it. Stop standing there talking. Go.
Just shut the screen down and go.
Oh, man. Oh, Americans in the 2000s. Fucking hell, Batman voice. And nowadays, man, it'll be a lollipop stick with a bit of fucking gaffer tape round it, a bit of electrical tape. That's fucking good enough.
Yeah, but I think
I understood.
I think the first thing that they would say, Jez, is, why did you do that to yourself?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Well, there was a door in there. You daft little prick. Come here, here's a lollipop stick and a bit of electrical tape.
Hold on. We've got a new person join the stream. Tigerson's here. Tigerson, can you share some of your experiences, thoughts, comments about Cabbage Patch?
Well, how did this happen? I literally found out about this today.
It was legal at lung cancer, from what we know.
Yeah, I found out the other day, like we all did on Saturday, was it? We found out.
I found out today.
Sunday.
Who
Yeah,
from?
Same here today.
Yep, I found out too as well.
I found
Who
out
from?
hours ago.
I saw
Sunday.
MC stream after it had been put out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is all I can say.
I found out about it because of MC.
Yeah, I heard Sunday on the Mad Dog screen in Discord prior to the stream. I asked Quinn what was going on, and Quinn just fucking sent me that text sort of thing, and I was like, "Holy fuck, really? Oh man."
Yeah, we found out. We found out on Saturday through information that somebody was privy to, and they let us know.
Yeah.
I'm very confused, and
Yeah, it was Saturday. Yeah.
you never, mentioned anything about lung cancer over the last however many couple of years.
I know. Yeah.
It was the
he
last
didn't-
month and a half.
To be honest, he didn't let anybody know, so it all.
Well, the thing is,
came as a bit of a surprise.
I've been going back and
Good.
listening to a little bit of Cabby here and there on on this stream and stuff, and you hear him coughing. We all knew he was a smoker and stuff, and so we just thought it was smoker's cough. You know what I mean? Because we all get it as a smoker. We all get smoker's cough.
Yep, yes we
And
did.
you didn't pay any attention to it whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Hold on a second. I've got to correct straight this meal. It was it was Cabbage Patch Bastard Stretch this meal.
Indeed, as he corrected me on the only stream he was on with me, I accidentally said Cabbage Patch Bastard, and he corrected me very promptly, as he would.
I almost met him 2 years ago because he's up in. Well, he was up near Leeds at the time, which was where I was a student, where I am a student now.
That's the same city as me.
That's where he was from, Leeds. Yeah.
Oh shit!
He moved around.
I live
He
in a
moved
city right
around.
next to Leeds. Oh, sorry.
He moved around a bit, but he was at Leeds at the time. It was sort of May, June of 2017, and we almost met up, but he kept having work problems. He had all this stuff going on at work. He was in coding or something, and databases and all that.
I see. This is what it is. The double life he led for MI6.
I never even knew his name or anything.
No, nope.
Well, see, that's one of the priorities. Anonymity or whatever.
I never knew his name or what he looked like, and I could have found that out if I'd met him.
It depends which one of his 12 passports you found.
Of course, of course.
No, and like that was one thing too, where he donated money to me, right? You know, like normally people would do super chat or Streamlabs directly, right? No, not Cabby. He sent it to a fucking person in the US, and then she donated via PayPal. And, like, he made it as hard as possible.
No way you tracing this transaction.
That's great.
Yeah. So he donated like $30 to me, and it probably cost him like 45 after all the transaction fees.
That's Cabby for you. Fucking had to do things in the most complex way possible.
Oh, yeah, but his back was covered.
Yeah.
It was completely anonymous.
He was quite sort of arrogant, but he was very funny and dry, and
oh man,
he had. I'm just so shocked.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's weird.
One of the things you've got to admit is he would be the first person to admit that he was arrogant.
Oh, of course. He was incredibly.
Yeah.
He was incredibly humble.
He'll be the first person to point out why he was arrogant because he was smarter than you are.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Oh no, he was never smarter than me. But
Well, no.
you know.
Tiger
But,
said, like, the one thing I remember, like, with yours and his interactions when I was around, he would always make fun of you because, you know, you come from a fairly wealthy background. But so does he.
Because
so does he, though. Like,
he probably does.
And shit. Like,
You're definitely a lot more well spoken for someone from Leeds.
Yeah,
from Bradford.
Funnily enough, I wasn't born or didn't grow up in Leeds. Funnily enough.
Yeah, you've also got a precise pronunciation, which
Yeah, which isn't common in Leeds.
no.
No,
I,
it isn't.
I didn't grow up in Leeds, but I was born here. Then
Well,
I
let's
back
face
here.
let's face it. In Leeds, intelligible articulation beyond specifically sounding grunts and screams is quite uncommon.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that
I've
speaks
worked
proper-
a few gigs in Leeds. Yeah, I've been there a few times voicing.
I mean, you can tell when a lad from Leeds is angry with you because you pick up a stick and run round in circles, bashing it on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way, it's that rare, it's a superpower here.
Either that or the torches coming up the high street.
Torches have just gone fire in Leeds. Fucking hell.
Oh, you know what I mean? Celtic Brothers and all that, man. They caught it.
Yeah, I live right next to Leeds, and I can confirm all of that is true.
Yeah,
I live in Leeds. So.
Well,
you ever seen that film Quest for Fire? That was shot entirely on location in Leeds.
Quest for Fire. I must look this up.
Yeah, there's no dialogue.
all right, so we've hit
7.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Must be good.
We
It has
I
Ron
doubt it.
Perlman in it.
But no, we've hit the 2-hour mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my screen is a far left.
Is it what?
Say the last thing you would like to say to Cabby or your last thoughts on Cabby, whatever you want to do. But we're going to wrap it up here. So Doku, you start.
Oh man, you're throwing me out there. Yeah, Cabby would like that, I suppose.
Yeah, he would do.
Yeah, especially if it was on an airplane.
Son of a bitch.
And somebody packed an handling parachute.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, it came as a shock. We were wondering where the hell that cheeky bastard had been. So, you know, the only thing I really got to say is we're going to miss the asshole. He was one of the few people that didn't give two shits. And if you didn't like him, he didn't care. He's gonna be missed. I personally, even though I didn't know him that long, I'm gonna miss his fucking cheeky, I don't give a shit. You're gonna have to listen to me, and if you don't like it, I don't care, because you're gonna listen to me one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that about him. He was a unique cunt, to say the least, and he was a cheeky son of a bitch. The only other thing I have to say is cheers. This drink is for you, Cabby.
All right, next up, and my son's back. He's not going to the doctor. He's all right, but he is crying. But Falcon, you're next.
Well, it's only appropriate that I'm quite literally sitting on the toilet right now.
Because you're a little shit, right?
Cabby would love that. Over the past year, about past year and a half, I haven't spoken with him much. Just a lot of things changed in my life and all that. But I'm gonna miss that that arrogant prick. I mean, he wasn't like a real mean-spirited kind of prick. He's gonna sit there and poke you with a stick just to get you riled up.
Oh, and he was damn good at it too.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he was an absolute expert. I have yet to interact with anyone who, and maybe I never will interact with anyone who is that good at just riling up somebody, knowing which buttons you gotta push.
I remember the first interaction between MC and Cabbage. It was, turbulent.
Involved yelling.
We know.
Just a lot of screaming at each other.
Yeah, a lot of knowing from Cabbage and all that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I can't remember who it was. That I was just listening in once, and he just screamed out, "You nonce!" For you Americans, nonce is slang for pedo.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't realise what that.
Or more specifically, I think it's region dependent. Like a pedo pimp.
Yeah, it's a great word. We should bring it back.
Yeah.
But now, next up though would be Hyper. Any final thoughts on our friend Cabby?
Obviously I never got the chance to meet the fucking crazy bastard. So that was a fucking shame because last time because he was up here not too long ago. Missed that, and I was planning on meeting the bastard at some point for a beer.
Me too.
Yep.
Because that would have been just fun, just going out and getting absolutely shit-faced with him.
It would have been nice.
Then there's all getting fucking thrown out the pub for obviously disagreeing with people.
Yeah, well, knowing fucking Cabby, chances are by the time you actually do get to meet him in the great beyond, the bar's already going to be fucking drained dry.
Yeah, we fucking drained it dry and smashed it up as well.
And give it a big Vivian V on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, young one style.
Yeah, that would be Cabby.
That would be Cabby.
Yep.
All right. So next
Amy.
on the list would be Yorkie. Any final thoughts?
Just that I wish I was able to ever ask him about if he ever knew my dad. 'Cause there's a good chance that they did actually at least meet each other. And I guess, if possible, I've actually met up and got shit-faced with him because he's definitely the type of person I would have got shit-faced with in real life.
There's one way you can find out. Play one of the streams with Cabby in it for your dad, and if he recognises the voice, you might know.
That is a point, actually.
Yeah, because
Although
Cabby,
with that
Cabby does have a very recognisable voice.
Yeah.
That is possible, yeah.
So do you remember this outspoken bastard?
Yeah.
Or you can just use one of his jokes and see if it pisses somebody off, then you'll know if they knew him.
Yeah.
Well, that would be everybody.
Yeah. So it said, I think him and my dad probably would have gotten along if they did bump into each other because they've both got that kind of humour of just piss everyone off. But yeah, I'd have liked to have met up with him, and is the type of person that, like, you'll have a lot of people who say they're a straight shooter or they'll say it as it is, but there's not that many people who actually will say it to your face. But Cabby was one of the few that actually will.
Yeah. You know what a straight shooter is? It's a vicious puff with a machine gun.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The bastard would sit there shooting the machine gun, laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a very girly way.
Cabby would be the one that would sit there, shoot every single round, and then swear at somebody, telling them to give him some more ammo.
That was the usual. The American doesn't get the joke.
Well, no. As I go down the list, we're now at the Bat. So, Batman, go ahead.
Yeah, I would have loved to have met Cabby. Yeah, I mean, I actually had a plan for if I ever met Cabby. I was going if I'd bumped into Cabbage, I would have taken him to Newcastle for a night out on the town. I would have paid for everything. I would have got him absolutely smashed out of his skull, and I would have left him there drunk.
With
No, I just left him there in Newcastle drunk before after the last bus of the last train is gone.
Oh, Batman, that's a horrible idea.
Why does everyone sound like Batman?
Hold on, he might have hated me for it, but he would have appreciated it.
He would have.
When he got back,
No, Batman, that's a horrible idea because if you get Cabby that fucked up and you just leave him to his own devices, he's got to be the dude that smashes the fucking beer bottle and says, "Hey, you see that cunt over there 20 meters away? I'm going to throw this shard of glass. Let's see if I can hit him in the left nut."
Nah, I would have got so hammered out of his skull, he wouldn't have been able to work out which were his legs and which were his arms.
Oh,
See, that just makes it even more terrifying.
I know for a fact I'm going to be, like you said earlier, I'm going to be looking at videos going, I wonder if Cabbage will be interested. Oh, fuck yeah.
You
So it hasn't hit me yet.
You guys would get so drunk and would destroy that bar so much the bartender would walk you out and say, "You guys better not show back up again."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Americans only drinking one bar.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know they've got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Although it's all of you cunts that are going to sit there and get drunk and then say, "Hey, watch this."
Yeah, there's the joke of the "hold my beer and watch this." That came from England.
I burst my case.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right.
Nah. Because if you said that to somebody, who might be when you got back, that beer's going to be drunk. So nah.
Yeah.
Nah, generally in England, when you say to your mate, "Hold me beer," you're going to smash the fuck out of some gun.
Yeah.
It's never for parlor tricks.
No, it's
you see that German cunt over the English channel? Go get my car keys and a rubber band. Watch this.
Yeah. It's never like you're just gonna start juggling there in the bar. Okay, so voice of one. It's your turn for. I'm sure it won't be the last words about Cabby, but
I'm sure you'll get back to me, Mad.
I thought I did. What, you weren't done?
No, I've got nothing to say, but thanks to Bollocks meeting everybody here on the panel and everything who I've known for the past 8, 10, whatever months it is. He was a fucking diamond, and I am glad I ever spoke with that guy, and he was just amazing. And whenever you were wrong, he would tell you were fucking wrong.
Yeah, for about half an hour.
Yeah. And
he must have really liked me. It lasted 2 hours.
Well, no,
like I say, I can remember one night, I was on this stream and it all shut down. We were after hours, and I think I was up till like 6 o'clock in the morning talking to Cabby, and it seemed like 5 minutes. Because that's how good when the conversation flows. That's how much of a great conversationalist he was.
Yeah, those are the
I'll raise my drink to him now. I miss you, Cabby. I'm done.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Well,
those are the friends you remember for decades.
What can you really add to that? Like, since you have all been so nice to our mate Cabby, and he will be missed greatly by everyone here, but because I can, Cabby, if you are up in the sky, you were wrong.
Really? If there is the choice of these two fictional places, do you think he's up there?
Hold on. That voice, that's the thing. If he is up there, if that place exists and he is up there, does that mean he's managed to hack into their computers?
He's probably having.
Considering he can't even use Discord now.
Well, right then, I will continue the joke in the chat for many a fucking month. If he's
Probably.
up there, he's going for the #1 slot. Hashtag vote Cabby.
He's probably having an argument with Plato as we speak.
Exactly.
Oh, I hope Cabby is up there because that means not only did he learn to code, but it also means that when I go to hell, there will still be some beer left.
I doubt that though.
I can hope.
Well,
You
he
can
did
hope,
like,
but
he did like his good rock music and
Hope.
stuff. So.
hope is a dangerous thing.
Oh God! Can you imagine if Cabby got to heaven? He'd be sneaking up behind Jesus and setting fire to his skirt.
Well, he wasn't an avowed atheist as well, so you know, that would just be a bit awkward.
Well,
for
there
all
you go. See,
for all manner.
he's still there right now at the pearly gates debating whether or not he can get in.
Oh yeah.
You listen to me, you cheeky bastard.
Listen, Peter. No. Listen here. No. Listen here. Hang on, I can't. Let me try and.
No.
I can't.
No.
Nope.
You can't exist.
No.
I'm going in there. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, and he looks through the bars and he sees, one of the old queens. He's like, fuck the queen. You let her in. Like,
He was from German descent and she's in here.
She's babies.
Is it St. Peter who allegedly holds the keys to the gate or whatever?
He's the one.
Struggle forever.
A little
whether or not he'll be allowed in.
You know what a little troublemaker he is, don't you? I mean, he's the head of the queue to get into heaven, and there's a bit of kerfuffle. So he'd organise a fucking mob, wouldn't he? Mobs to take the fucking keys off and just invade heaven.
Do you think this is absolutely the right criteria to enter this heavenly body? Or do you think it should be for the common man?
Oi, Peter. It's like you bastard.
Yeah. Well, no. Remember, St. Peter was Catholic. Oh, there's an issue there, right? Here we go.
You and your dad.
Hey, you're trying to tell me that all those who don't believe in you shouldn't be allowed in? Right, I think we should put this to a committee.
Damn Catholics.
Damn Catholics.
Cabbage would understand that where he is limited only by imagination, so he'd imagine a fucking machine gun and shoot St. Peter.
Dear. No.
Yeah.
No,
it's like
Cabby wouldn't need a gun. All he needs are his words. That would be enough. You wouldn't need it.
Someone would eventually shoot him, I think.
No. See what would happen. He'd be arguing.
Well, he probably always wanted to die a martyr, so yeah.
He'd be arguing with Peter that other people would be sneaking into heaven behind his back.
He's a distraction for.
It is distraction by 30,000 illegal immigrants.
I was like, wait a minute, in death he's helping the illegals?
Build a wall. Build a wall. Build a wall.
Yeah, maybe he completely changed his mind on transcendence. It was just a distraction while he let 30,000 illegals in.
Illegal.
A wall around heaven.
The illegal chosen.
Oh man!
I thought heaven was so high they couldn't climb up to it.
Well, obviously they died, but they had
build a wall for heaven.
Boundaries.
It's your turn. You have the
floor. Is it my?
We need to build a wall for heaven, and the sinners are going to pay for it.
On the subject, Ferguson.
No, that's not such a bad. That's not such a bad allegory of Christian. That's not such a bad allegory of the Christian afterlife anyway.
I have to feel sorry for these suicide bombers. Because when they die, they get... Imagine that.
No.
They're sitting there throughout eternity playing Magic the Gathering with these fucking neckbeards.
No 72 virgins.
Bickering about MGTOW.
Well, here's the funny thing about the 72 virgins. Nobody said they were female.
Exactly.
They didn't. They did not. Anyway, it's my turn now. Mad Dodge did, and it's his stream, so...
Is it? Since when?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's always been my stream. Yeah, go ahead, Tiger.
Since he started the stream, maybe. I'm shocked and beyond words as to how this has happened so suddenly. I did not interact with Cabbage very much over the last... Well, I have not been interacting with Cabbage very much over the last 7 months or so, let's say. As much as I was, about a year or so ago, which I regret now, I suppose, and as in regret not talking to him more recently. And if I had a drink, I would raise it and, praise your absolute uncompromising yet quite irritating ways and your occasionally when it would be a one-on-one hangout with me and him, his ever moaning about the incompetence of his co-workers working with his databases and stuff, and the drink in the pub that we never had, and the endless arguing, and that one time he fell asleep on the stream but still remained on a hangout. That's quite funny.
Oh,
yeah. Well, no, and Tigerson, he messed with you a lot, but that's because he liked you, right?
I have a feeling he did sort of like me, and
right,
because that's the way that males tend to show affection for each other, by taking the piss.
Let's face it, he's the kind of guy, if he didn't like you, just wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck off.
He always he was always vaguely pleased to talk to me, I suppose.
Can
And,
I just point
and
something out?
I appreciate him for all that. And may he rest in, as much peace as he gets himself when he's not arguing with Aristotle or whoever it may be.
I just want to make this point here. To everyone who is here at the minute and to everybody else who's part of our group and makes videos, tell someone that you make videos. Tell someone that, if anything happens to you, to get in, who to contact. Don't leave it to the last minute.
Yeah, I've told a couple of friends.
Well, I've got to ask you something, Tigerson. You've obviously been to university, right?
I haven't graduated yet.
Which university?
Scary shit, though, isn't it?
Leeds. I'm at Leeds, and I've got my 2 final exams ever this week. And
you sound very similar to a cousin of mine, and I know that all universities you get received pronunciation, but even within received pronunciation, there are distinct accents.
No, I've not received any of this pronunciation from Leeds University.
Oh, well, you sound a lot like a cousin of mine, and she got a lot of the way she talks from the university she went to, you see. That's why I asked.
Did she go to Oxford?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
Because it's likely you pick up a dialect at Oxford. Margaret Thatcher picked up her dialect from going to Oxford because she grew up in Grantham, which definitely people from Grantham do not talk the way that she was known to talk.
I actually heard that she didn't get university and she actually faked it.
Well, no,
I don't think she did.
That's a joke.
Real quick though, Voice of One is right. See, the person that told us about Cabby posted it on a 2-year-old video on a channel that Cabby would not want to be associated with.
Yeah.
At all.
What? Wait,
So-
where did the post come from? Sorry, on his channel.
Jonathan Bennett put it out on Ogre's channel. There, I said his name.
Mr. Upside Down Head.
That is not where Cabby would have wanted that news posted at all. If anything, he would have wanted it posted on his own channel, maybe mine, perhaps Magic Bollocks's, maybe Common Sense Guys, but not that channel.
I think
it's done for Mad Dodgers.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sound self-centered there, but I do believe he would have rather it be mine.
I think you would have as well. I don't think you were sounding self-centered.
No,
That's
oh,
one thing I can see about you, Dodge. You don't sound self-centered. Bit idiotic sometimes, maybe, but self-centered never.
No.
But no, I think what Voice was saying is if any of us go out, tell somebody that, hey, we do this, either as a hobby or me, it's pretty much full time. And these are the contacts you need to let know. Like my wife would be the one to tell everybody if something happened to me. If I was walking down the street tomorrow and got hit by a car, she would tell you guys. That would be where the news came from for me. But when you're in the public eye, even as minutely as we are, it's good to have somebody that will tell, spread the word. Because
right quick.
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends who would do that for me.
I don't have anyone of that kind. I have someone, but not people that would know about this really, because I'm extremely self-conscious and embarrassed, even though it's not really embarrassing, but it is. I don't know. But I understand I get what you're getting at here. I understand.
Yeah.
But in closing, my final thoughts on Cabby is he was a amazing friend. He taught me a lot about my own flaws. He taught me how to recognize them and how to actually proceed here on YouTube and in other areas of the internet, and how to maybe build a business out of this. Cabbage was pivotal in that.
He still didn't teach you that you actually like a girl's game.
Yeah, well, I don't always learn. But the thing is, he really was pivotal to my life at this point, and he was a close friend. And yeah, douchebag, we already mentioned you once. I did meet him on your channel. I did. That's the best thing you ever did for anybody. Other than that, go hang yourself with the Ethernet cord.
Oh, him. Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Major oof.
No, the comments he posted on Saturday's stream, he can go fuck die.
What was
that
he saying?
Guy.
What was he saying, like?
Let's.
Did you see it on Discord, voice? Batman, voice.
I'm gonna interject because we're live. If we're gonna talk about that, let's talk about it when we're off stream.
Yep.
You're right. And I'm being a little bit of a dick here. My bad. Final thoughts completely is Cabby, you will be missed. You were my friend. I wish I knew. I wish I could have helped in some way. I can't, and it's done. Goodbye, my friend. Cheers.
Yeah. I'll raise a glass or pint or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the best thing we can all do is raise a glass and remember the good times.
Raise your one pint now to Cabby.
Well, since I don't drink, Cabby, I will have a cigarette for you.
You don't drink?
Well, I don't drink either, but I guess
That's
I'll
because you're
raise a
underage.
quart of oil tomorrow to him.
Yeah, but Fulton, you don't drink because you're underage.
I don't drink because I don't like it.
Well,
Yeah, you're underage. You didn't deny it.
I'm
No one actually-
23, you idiot.
Ooh, so am I.
Dude, it's been 2.5 years, and you're still cracking the underage jokes.
Yes, because it gets under your skin.
You
I
might,
know.
you might be 23, but you're still too young to drink.
Yeah.
That's a cab. That's a
Well,
that's
to
a
be
cabbage.
fair, what
Whenever
Brett did-
I hear somebody
There you
say-
go. You know, that was in homage to Cabby.
That's
Well,
the
yeah,
sort
no,
of thing Cabbage would say.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah.
say a generational thing. Your 23 is equivalent to my generation's 15.
Well, no, whenever I
Bloody
hear
hell.
23, that song, nobody likes you when you're 23. That
Oh,
always
Blink-
fucking
Blink
head.
182, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was going around my head when I turned 23 back in September. That was not September. Fucking hell, February. I forgot. Fuck.
You forgot your own birthday. You
I
must
forgot
be
my
happy.
Yeah.
You poor
Yeah,
man.
you know you're old. You know you're old when.
You know you're old when you don't know when you're old. That's
But no,
Apparently not.
everybody, I will be being a guest on another channel tomorrow night. We're gonna be doing Vampire the Masquerade. I will send the link out via Twitter to watch and also in my Discord.
Oh, you already
Other
got
than that, tomorrow is our off day. We will be back Wednesday as usual. Hey, everybody that knew Cabby, take a drink, smoke a cigarette, smoke a bowl, do what you need to do. But remember the man he was, because he was a good man and a loyal man. He was a friend, and that's all I can say. And anybody else you want to go ahead, but we're gonna end it here in a minute.
Yeah. To Cabby.
So
I just want to say real quick that Mad Dodge is a nerd, and I'm sure that Cabby is making fun of him right now.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
we speak.
Yep, definitely.
He's making fun of us for being all soppy and shit.
Yeah, we're doing that fucking too, bastard.
Oh yeah.
I just want to say I'm glad I fucking met this guy, man, over whatever course of whatever period of time it ever was. I'm so glad I talked with him. It was such fun, and me and him got on so well in such a short space of time. And I fucking hell, man, I miss him already. And what a guy, fucking Cabby, nice one. I raise my fucking glass to you, sir.
I completely
Cheers.
understand.
Cheers to Cabby.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know about you guys, but for me this year it went earlier this year. A friend of mine, a young woman, she would never live to see any kind of age really to amount to anything. She had cystic fibrosis and she died. This hurt. I've known her for 5 years, and finding out Cabby died hurts just about as bad.
I hate to be cruel, but get used to that feeling because it's going to happen a lot more as you get older.
Dude, I hardly fucking knew him, and I haven't stopped fucking crying for 2 days. Every little moment I've been listening to streams. I've been listening to old Mad Dodge streams. I'm listening to some of the bollocks of the Looney Bin and stuff. And now, but this, to be honest, tonight, thank you, Dodge, for this. Because it's sort of give me a bit of closure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, good move, Dodge.
Batman.
Thank you.
I'm a little bit more familiar than you can imagine. My dad was the youngest of 3 children, and he's 60. So I've had my entire life family members dying left, right, and center. But still, this still hurts a lot.
Well, it always does, mate. It always does.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, I told my wife, like, this has hit me, and she's like, well, you don't have the obit. You don't know for sure. I feel it though in my bones. I know it's true.
Actually, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna tell you guys this. As someone who has been through similar bullshit that I'm not gonna get into. Cabby's not dead. We're still sitting here talking about him. He's not gone. We haven't forgotten about him. He just managed to beat us to the fucking finish line. We're all running the same race. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, he's probably there setting up the tripwire as we speak.
and by the time we trip over it, he's gonna sit there laughing at our dumbasses.
Yep.
He's going to appear as a force ghost and just push Yoda out the way.
What's the part about it? Like, if there is an afterlife and we get there, we're not going to know it's Cabby, right? There's going to be this douchebag fucking with us.
He's not even gonna give us the decency to force choke us. He's just gonna fucking trip us over the fucking finish line so we faceplant into it. We're not even gonna cross the frickin'. We're not even gonna break the ribbon. We're just gonna faceplant.
Yeah, we're going to meet him numerous times, and he's just going to have countless face masks, so you never know who he is.
Yeah, he's gonna set that tripwire across the right in the gates of heaven. Just trip you and like, wow, you Cabby, you son of a, you already did it in heaven.
Yeah, start over, you cunt. Go back to the starting line, you bastard.
I've got a serious thing for you here. You were saying, how many times? Wait, the thing is, if it stops hurting you, stop being human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's quite. Never a two-word said that.
And that's the thing. It sucks and it hurts, but you know what? Cabby would not want us to be sad. He'd want us to laugh and remember he'd want us to remember the fun times and be cheeky bastards.
A couple of years ago, there's a guy I went to school with. I've known him all my life. Hated the guy's guts. He died. I went to his funeral. I felt upset that he died. But then again, you do care about people you consider your enemies just as much as you care about people you think is your friends.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is an enemy is almost more pivotal to your life than an ally, right?
Yeah.
Because they build your character. You have somebody you're contending with. You know
an enemy is a friend with a different point of view.
Well, I would never call an enemy a friend, but...
No, but you know what I mean?
You can get a bit of a...
completely different point of view. You just haven't reached that common ground yet.
Because that common ground usually ends up with one or the other getting either severely injured or worse.
Yeah, look at Cobra Kai. But no, looking at the chat here, Space this mail. Dodge, there's nothing we could have done to help. But I bet he would be very happy that we are all here to mourn a bit and also have fun remembering the bastard. I said bastard because, well,
bastard.
Yeah.
He corrected me on my stream as well.
Well, you know what? On that note, cheers to Cabby. He was a cheeky son of a bitch. He will be missed, but damn it, it's fun as hell remembering that fucking asshole because he made all of our lives a lot more entertaining, and that's what he would have wanted.
He certainly did.
Well, no, and for me, guys, seriously, he was somebody where I have this with a few other people, mostly the people on the council in my Discord, but he was somebody I can go to when something bad happened in my life and I needed a vent or I needed advice. He was there for me. I'm telling you, I talk to this guy every day. This hurts.
Shit.
He was a good man. That's why we shouldn't.
Yeah, he was a good man.
We shouldn't.
Go ahead.
Well, we shouldn't mourn. We shouldn't. We should laugh, and we should the time we got to spend with him because And that's what he would have wanted. Let's not cry. Let's drink and let's be cheeky fucking bastards in his memory.
And like you said, he was a good man, but he was a shit woman.
Yeah. Am I right?
You know what? In that case, fucking cheers to that fucking shitty woman, but a fucking brilliant bastard. Here's to you, Cabby.
Bestowed.
He wasn't a bastard. He was a bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, bastard! I almost forgot. Oh, damn it! I'm gonna be haunted for the next fucking month now.
You only make that mistake once with Cabby.
Yeah, you're getting haunted for sure now. You're fucked. But
I'm gonna wake up at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and there's gonna be a fucking Cabbage Patch fucking kid just like crawling under my fucking bed sheet.
No. It's gonna be worse.
No, Cabby, no.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to deal with Chucky. It's gonna be worse. It'll be Cabby.
Holy shit, that's a hell of a lot worse.
Cabby, no.
There wouldn't be no horrific deaths. It'll just be tied up in debates until you want to kill yourself.
See, here's the bad part. I'm never going to get to heaven, and I'm never going to hell. If I go to heaven, I'm going to be haunted by fucking Cabbage Patch Kids, and if I go to hell, there's not going to be any beer. I'm fucked no matter what I do.
Oh man. No, on that note, unless anybody else has anything left to say live, then we're gonna end it and go off air. Hey guys, the link is out there in the chat. You are welcome to join. I also have a Discord. You're welcome to join us in there if that's where we migrate to. It's up to everybody.
I wonder if Cabby's ghost is, as we speak, pissing in Theresa May's teapot.
Yes, he would do that.
I know I would.
Cabby would do that and shit in her soup.
No, Cabby's ghost better be buying a goddamn t-shirt. That's what I'm saying. No.
Cabby
You're
will
plugging
be
your
the
t-shirts
teapot.
like mad.
All right.
Seriously, not this Friday, but next Friday when I get paid, I'm buying a mug.
Join the mug.
Cabbage is gonna piss in it.
Copyrighted. I'm not allowed to say that. No. But no. Hey, everybody. I tip my hat to Cabby. I tip my hat to all of you who knew and loved the man who we were talking about. Because you know what? We loved him. Come on. You heard us go off about him for 3 hours now.
Yep.
He was close to all of
them. Hold on a minute, Dodge. You tip your hat. You take that cap off less times than fucking Steve Shows takes his off.
Unless time the fucking Tim Pool takes off that fucking beanie.
That's
well,
what
then it should mean something. It should mean something then. So,
well, I know what we need to do. We need to have a missing man formation in honor of Cabby.
We do.
A missing man.
Well, I do know, as far as the council for Mad Dodge Productions goes, Cabby's seat will never be filled. He will remain a council member forever.
Honorary member forever.
I know. He will always be one of
mate, I'm fucking crying again.
That's because you're a sissy girl.
It fucking may be. I've known him the shortest out.
It's at this point, Cabby would call you gay.
Yeah.
Cabby would be making fun of you right now.
Exactly.
He probably is calling you a fag from up from.
Well, he's not calling him a fag. He's calling him a bloody puff.
Hey, nationalist, do you really not know what a miss?
Until 6 o'clock in the morning talking about it.
Well, just so you know, if you walk outside and it starts raining, you know what that is.
Yeah.
Hey, nationalist, do you really not know what a missing man formation is?
I haven't heard of it before.
It's a basically, if somebody dies at an air, it's a, let's say it's an old aerobatic pilot at an air show, they'll have like 2 airplanes fly over the runway, and then in the next come around, there's only 1 airplane.
Ah.
It's a missing, or if they have like a while back, an old friend of mine died. They had 2 Mustangs, a 47, and the B-25 from Douglas, the Killer Bee, flying, and it was 2 Mustangs, a Thunderbolt, and the Mitchell, but the Thunderbolt peeled off, and when they came back around, the Thunderbolt was gone.
Well, I was going to make a joke there, but since you put a personal spin on it, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. I will. The reason the missing man formation actually happens is it's not because of the formation, it's because American pilots are so bad. One of the planes just crashed.
Oh, screw you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Nice.
Asshole.
Hey,
in all seriousness, American pilots are very good. They're the top-ranked professionals, but
crashing.
No, seriously, they are top-ranked professionals. But you ask American pilots who the best pilots in the world are, and they will say the RAF.
I thought it was
the
the
RAF
Germans.
does have some damn good pilots. It took you guys mastered the Harrier.
We've got Royal in the title.
We invented the bloody Harrier.
No, here's something interesting though. Actually, with the Harrier jump jet, it was American pilots that figured out stuff to do with the Harrier that ours didn't. Ours didn't. Yeah.
Really?
Really? Yep.
Well, I was going to say the difference being is like as our soldiers or whatever in general might be a little bit more skilled or whatever, but for every one of us, there's about 8, 10 of them.
Yeah, but for every one of ours is worth 20 of those.
Yeah, because of the Americans, it's all the gear, no idea.
Yeah, ours is no gear, but all idea.
Well, Joshua in the chat says prost, and toast to the king. I wish I had AP's prost with Grandma saying "Hail Hitler." I would totally play that for you right now, but I do not have it.
You mean Heil.
Well, I just cracked a beer, so Sig Heil.
All you have to say, all you have to do is say Sieg Heil mein Führer.
Sieg Heil mein Führer.
Sieg Heil mein Führer.
Also, this stream's getting demonetized.
Oh, whatever. Cabby would approve.
That reminds me, actually, Batman, because I told about my dad earlier.
Yeah.
It turns out, and it's from my dad's side, and it's quite fitting. Turns out my great-great-granddad was a black shirt.
Oh,
yeah.
You tell me that again, and Heil Hitler.
Yeah, Heil Hitler.
But no, everybody, this has been a memorial stream for Cabby. Our friend will be missed. Will we stop talking about him? Probably not. You know, we don't want to forget our friend. He will always remain a permanent panel member. He is one of us. That's right. One of us. Anyway, fuck the Queen. Good night. Good luck.
Queen is awesome.
Cabby, don't go to fucking France ever. It sucks.
No. Go to France if you're a Muslim because we're going to nuke it.
There you go. And make sure you have your assault spork ready.
I'm sharpening mine as we speak.
There we go. You know, and this is on an honest level. Even my daughter knows I'm upset. She just ran up and gave me a hug. So I am like,
you know, I've got to admit, if I had a time machine, I'd go back to 1939 and convince the British government to remain neutral during the Second World War.
In Cabby's name. Well, that's nice. We're gonna get out of here and go off air. If you would like to join, the link is out there. There's nothing much more I could do for you. So good night, good luck. Don't go to France.
Hey, Bad Dodge,